Clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
I'm fucking climbing on here up. This is from bad ass YouTube cast. Everybody ripped me off. Do their own drama cast. I'm the first one. I invented it. I'm the influential one. I'm a genius.
The original gangster.
I'm a genius. Everybody told me how stupid it was to stream drama. You should just make the videos, but not me. So everybody's stealing. I'm gonna be like Stern. Just tell everybody's stealing from you. Everybody's stealing. Everybody talks on the radio is stealing. Yeah, there was radio before. Yeah, streaming before me, but nobody did like me. Everybody after copied me. Oh boy. He literally did. He literally did that. Anybody who's joking around ripped him off.
Yeah.
Including Don Imus, who was working 10 years before he got in the business. It's pretty funny.
Of course.
My father said Don Imus was the first guy to talk like a human being on the radio. Before, you probably see, you've heard a lot of people. When I was a kid, every guy on the radio sounded like, hey, how you doing? Well, hey, it's 20 past the hour. Nobody talked like a human being. Everybody did a bit or an act. Imus was the first guy to come on and talk like a normal person.
I mean, it still kind of happens, and
on rock radio,
at the very least, like, yeah,
on
like
rock radio, yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
Other than that, you know, with podcasting and stuff, you guys don't know a world where you got to go, hey, coming up in your top 40 countdown. Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful day. Partly cloudy skies, 5 past the hour. Bon Jovi moving up to 3 spots to number 2. That's what I wanted to be when I was a kid. What a loser, huh?
That part, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I turned that bitch down, man. I don't know, have a Simpsons theme playing in the background.
Oh.
Tommy, who's pathetic? I don't know who Razor Fist is. Do I know who Razor Fist is?
I don't off the top of my head, but I'm a bit kind of dead.
Hello.
Local Cryptid says, hey Tommy, did you see Queenman covered your video?
Which one?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know. It covers a lot of them. No. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Failed again.
Oh no, what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? It's fair use. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a lot of I'm gonna accuse them of sexually harassing women and send strikes and whine about it to everybody in my Discord. That's my big plan.
Who is he sexually harassed though?
Who's he trying? I don't know. I'll make it up.
just say a name.
Just say a bunch of stuff. I
Tylee.
don't know. Bingo. She'll go along with it. Why not? Man. I had to chew the gum. I shouldn't. You know what? I'll take the pill instead of the gum. Fuck. I'm so addicted to that shit.
Yeah, get your nicotine fix.
Well, I haven't had drinks since like a beer or anything since Christmas. And I was sitting there. I was like, I told my wife, "He's like, well, you don't have beers this weekend." I was like, "No, I'm gonna go to the stadium. No, I'm good since Christmas." So I don't think I'll make it because somebody's gonna talk me into having a beer, at least one. I was gonna go to. My plan was to go to the summer, right? You know.
Eins Family Fan donated $5. What would it take for you to start your own radio show?
I did. You're listening to it. This is everything I wanted. You know, this is everything I wanted. my dream happened. There you go.
Yeah, no.
And this would have been right.
While I was back in the States, there's only one time I got to drink because all the other times I had to be driving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a big old mango margarita.
I wanted to be Howard Stern, and I got a stream. That's what I wanted. I am tired today. I don't know why.
I never would have guessed based on the way you sound.
I'm exhausted. I'm fucking exhausted.
Poor little one.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, my sleep was late last night. I fell asleep at 6 and I slept right through. So I woke up at like 4, which is a little too early for me. I'm just getting on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Venta still does, but I haven't watched anything for years. This is my radio show. This is it. Just as
Tommy
stupid as I
Z,
envisioned
not
it.
Tommy C.
Yeah, Mommy Z. Yeah. And get your fucking shine box. I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm from New Jersey. Get your fucking shine box. Ugh. So this is really funny. First of all, I'm gonna see if this works. That works just beautifully. Oh, it looks terrible. I hate that. I could do this now because I could really release them the next day. Let me try. Maybe straight down. I'll try that with the shift button.
Yeah.
But see, no, that doesn't work either.
Have you locked the ratio?
Have I? Yeah, I think I have because
Yeah, because if you lock the ratio.
Yeah, no, but if I don't do it, then it looks like shit. You know.
Well, sometimes I can kind of understand it, but like if you.
I'll do it right
now. Like
if
you're moving it like really weird, but like,
I don't know. I want the whole distance.
If you're just moving it up and down.
I'm not doing that. Everybody bitched about that. Nobody likes the shot. That's why I decided to keep it. Preserve aspect. That doesn't look too bad. All right, that does the job. Let's go down. Or maybe not. We'll say we did. Yeah, it's fine. At least it's straight. I don't like that it's curved. I like the call. So he's like, I like the callback, but I don't really like the shot. You know.
Yeah.
Go get your shine box. JOON the King decided in his infinite wisdom before Hassan gets content nuked I would have put this out afterwards, but you know, JOON does his own thing. I actually like JOON. I met JOON. I've worked with JOON, talked to JOON. I got yelled at for not being mean to JOON on lolcow, which was amusing. I should have, started calling him names and stuff. This is boring. Hey, JOON, you suck. Your video's terrible. What? You asked me to come on. Keem said I should abuse JOON. It's like I have 2 fat idiots to abuse. I don't have to get JOON. All right. I heard the video is really good. We'll cover as much as I can stand. And we'll release more this in the morning.
Hasan Piker is controversial for many reasons. The most prominent are his political beliefs that will not be the focus of this video. The focus instead will be on him and his many inconsistencies that often go ignored. Hasan does this by deflecting criticism of him by attacking those who give the criticism. This is all exemplified by his conversation with creator Willie Mack, who brought forward this exact criticism.
If you want to debate about a video you didn't even watch.
Why? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's funny. I'm too sober to listen to this song.
Not this.
I get this weirdo in the background. It was just kind of like he wasn't engaged at all. I remember that. It was so funny.
Passionate about the subject, then you're basically admitting that you're a bottom feeding drama farmer.
I don't think he admitted to anything. I think you just called him that, Hassan. Just saying.
To this, Hassan knows what he is doing in diminishing the image of Willie Mack. It is a strategy he is aware of and hates.
To voluntarily and maliciously misunderstand my point so they can make YouTube videos and get ad revenue, because those clicks drive, that controversy and those clicks drive revenue in your direction and affinity from people who are looking for someone to be like, yeah, fuck this Hassan guy.
Hassan is obtuse, hypocritical, and angry. All aspects that reflect on his most intense.
He's a typical liberal, like just like Destiny. Did you see this? Did you see? Did I play this yesterday? I'm gonna play it again.
Happy and enjoy life. And sometimes on the left, it's really fucking hard to do that.
I know.
Right? So if I look on the right and I see Andrew Tate, like what's Andrew Tate telling me? He's telling me, buy a sword, be the master of your own destiny, go get, work, get Bugattis, get bitches, do all this stuff. It's like, okay.
Turns out he's got a lot more in common with Andrew Tate than we thought.
Well, if I go to the left, what are they telling me? It's like, well, you need to feel bad because you're white and you're systemically oppressing everybody and capitalism is evil and you're privileged and everything you do is just because of your mom and dad. It's like, okay, well, fuck me, right? I feel like the left comes down on you so hard and it makes you feel like shit for everything in society. Like, oh, those shoes, those were made in a slave shop, or oh, that food that you bought, the person is a victim.
The rally you went to, you took a bullet in your head, good.
Victim of capitalism, they probably don't have a pension. It's like, okay. I feel like my important role is to show that, like, hey, I'm here, I've got a lot of really progressive beliefs, but I'm a happy person, I live a fun life, like, I make money, I don't think that any of this is evil. You can be a left-leaning person and be aware of all these kind of social issues.
I suck a big old dick, show everybody on the internet, and humiliate my friends.
That affect us without being fucking...
That are female, while I go on and talk about a female oppression. It's great.
Yeah,
it's
even
a good
his
life.
kids talking about him.
It's a good life. I don't want to talk, that I'm leaving off the table, but I have to admit I'm curious. I don't want to talk about, I feel so bad for his son. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I don't know why I guess, I wouldn't let Tommy stream. I imagine he's defending his father, right? I'm not gonna. I want to find out.
No,
he's not.
I've sent you.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Even if he's not, I just don't. I don't. He's a kid. I'm not attacking him. I mean, not that I wouldn't attack a kid, but I mean him. I feel bad for him. What's he saying? My dad's no good.
No, he's been kind of goofing on him a bit. Here, give me a second, and I'll pull him down for you.
No, I don't want to see it. I don't want anything. I don't.
Oh,
I just want your view of it. That's all. He deserves. I don't. I'm not going to even say he deserves better. It's his dad. All right. This is one area I won't cross. I won't do it. I don't think that's right. It's still his dad. Whatever.
No, he's from what I can see, like the 4 tweets that I found, he has just been memeing on him.
Okay. That's what gets him through. Sure.
He memed on him and told him to log off, funnily enough.
Probably good advice.
Yeah.
I saw he's 13 now. I saw him.
Yeah.
I guess he was 9 or so. And that's another reason I saw him. And I don't know, going back, I don't know how, what's her name, framed it. Oh, she made a video about him. He took it down, I think, too, or something. What's her name? That girl I'm afraid of. The one that Slasher really likes. I can't remember. I'm so fucking tired.
Oh, Brittany Venti?
Brittany Venti, yeah. She played this video, and he was going on and on. My dad does this, and my dad plays StarCraft. My dad does that. Kind of like Tommy with me. And I didn't really look into it. I don't even remember the video all that well. But the way he was kind of like rolling his eyes, he looked a little uncomfortable. And I think Brittany was trying to say he was disinterested, which I didn't believe. I don't believe. But it did kind of look that way. But I think maybe it's because of the compliments. He's being a kid. He almost, you could take it a couple ways, that he was just uncomfortable with the compliments, or he was just like my kid's a moron. I don't know. It was so weird. I felt bad because his kid just thought he was the coolest thing ever. So I can't. I'm not going after it. I hope. I wish the best for that. What's the boy's name?
It's Nathan, but he goes by like Nathaniel. He goes Nathaniel Bonald the First. So he's following in his father's footsteps.
You know what?
That way, yeah.
I wish nothing but the best for that kid.
Yeah.
And I don't think he should be streaming. For a multitude of reasons. But I'm not his father, so we'll leave it at that.
Followers. This attitude is particularly grievous when he does not understand why there is so much backlash in the things
Bridgewater. I'm from Woodbridge.
He does. Like his interview of a Yemeni pirate.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
I thought he's a fucking socialist. I thought he's fucking hates people. He's just praising Allah and shit.
Hassan tries to defend this interview by stating that it was journalistic, yet it lacked critical questions that would qualify it as such. There is a dense history of moments like these that will attempt to paint a picture of who Hasan Piker was and now is, and why he is blamed for the recent Twitch apocalypse, and why he is the largest, most controversial streamer. But first, this video is sponsored by
The reason he's a dumb guy in a big spot because of his looks. You know, I mean, he didn't really, I remember when he's on the Young Turks, and he used to make fun of him all the time, and then he started doing games, and, you know, and then Destiny really just gave him a career. And he's just like a dumb guy, you know, like a regular, average intelligence, nothing really particularly interesting or unique about him. And he, you know, he got famous. He's a good-looking guy.
Aura. I really do not like spam calls. They've gotten so bad that I had my phone permanently on mute, which is annoying because my family
low-tier God was fucking with you and sending you notifications.
members prefer to call rather than text.
Yeah.
This is where Aura comes in. It has data broker opt-out features to make it harder for those with malicious intent to get your information like a phone number. This is only one of its features. Every adult on the account up to 5 gets $1 million in identity theft insurance with a total up to $5 million in coverage. Aura also has many other features. It's an antivirus, a VPN, and a password manager. You can get all this in one app at an affordable price. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. And if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/JOONTheKing to try 2 weeks for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. Sponsor over, back to the video.
What the
Born July 25th, 1991 in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Hassan did not
nice Jewish neighborhood right next to me.
Have a typical American upbringing because the majority of his developmental years were spent in Turkey. This is because he has influential parents that resided in Turkey, but had the wealth to fly to America and give Hassan U.S. citizenship through being born on U.S. soil. Though he did develop in Turkey, Hassan describes himself as an Ameribu, slang that captures an interest with American culture in the more excessive senses. He describes himself as hedonistic.
And that's all the Turks, because they all have American shit clothes on.
Loving the material goods that can be tied to American culture and foods, such as snacks, that he took interest in. And to that, while Hassan's family was financially very well off, his life was not perfect. Hassan often describes himself as
fat, apparently. Is that really him?
Struggling to lose weight.
So.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of weight, too. That's pretty impressive. He's really into working out, boy. I think every guy's got to get like that. I'm the last guy I should be telling you, but I think everybody should just like live at the gym.
Points of conflict were with
Hassan looks great. You got to give him that, right?
Ideologies and their presentation to him when growing up in Turkey.
Total American culture of victory. It really is. And I've been in Europe a long time. It's pretty much the whole planet, too.
Something he did not conflict with was the mandatory service, but his parents did.
In Turkey, there's still this concept called a pink slip, because everyone has to serve in the military. Every able-bodied male has to serve in the military, either after high school or after college. I thought it would be good. Like, I thought it'd be good for, I'd be even more fit. And my dad was like, I'll disown you. He said, like, I didn't spend this much money on you to fucking go and, like, die in a mountaintop somewhere, you fucking idiot.
Hassan's parents guided a lot of his development.
You know what? That was you grow up in Turkey, you're beneficiaries of that country. Your dad's made a lot of money. No giving back. That's the sonnet in a nutshell. Living like a king, preaching about socialism. That is, you see where he gets it right there.
Including his college. It was here that he went from living in Turkey to now.
I'll give him this, though. He wanted to do it, but I can see where my point is. I think he should serve. I think we don't have a draft, but I look down on people that get around it. Yeah, I always did. Like, I had some German guy brag to me that he got around it. I'm like, I'm not impressed, man. You're fucking jerk off.
Now living and attending college in Miami, where Hassan's parents
they don't make you do it no more, though.
Wanted him to,
and it was kind of easy to get out of as it was.
Take up a traditional, well-paying profession such as a lawyer or doctor. Hassan was more interested in the nightlife of Miami.
Yeah. can't blame him there.
According to an interview with Hasan, Hassan stated, quote, "I wanted to party my first year, and I did." He grins. "I got a 2.9 GPA," unquote. Due to his performance, his parents transferred him to Rutgers, where he graduated
with his own losers. That's where I'm from. Oh, man.
honors with a degree in political science and communications.
Yeah, exactly. The moron. The moron stuff.
Even so, Hassan...
It's the best thing about, political science and, like, I guess you got good communications teachers, but there you just got to tell them what they want to hear, and you know exactly what they want to hear in New Brunswick.
Through an interview with Complex, describes his difficulty in trying to get a job, pinning it on the recent U.S. financial crisis and stating he lacked the proper connections to get the jobs he wanted.
His parents are multimillionaires. God damn, that's not believable.
But he did have one very strong connection.
I just couldn't find a job, so I was like, you know what? I want to get the fuck out of New Jersey.
That's another thing too. Like he partied down in Florida, but he couldn't find a place to fire in New York City. Was it a 45-minute drive, an hour drive from New Brunswick?
Jersey. Like, I want to get out of here. I want to go to Los Angeles. And my uncle at the time had a little YouTube channel /network called the Young Turks Network.
Though Hassan describes the Young Turks YouTube channel as small, in late 2013, the same...
They were big.
Yeah.
That's weird, because they were influential and big. That's a...
year of his internship, the channel had over 1 million...
That's huge. By today's standards, that's 10.
Mm-hmm.
subscribers in a time that this sort of traction on the platform was hardly reachable. Moreover, according to Social Blade, during this time it was actually not just one of the most viewed channels on YouTube with nearly 1 million views a day, it was possibly the largest left-leaning YouTube channel on the platform. And so Hassan, living in LA, entered at his uncle's company and also lived in his uncle's house. Hassan describes his job as building the advertising and sales operation in the company. But what he really wanted to do was be in front of the camera. So as an additional obligation for himself, Hassan created videos. These would appear on a channel operated by the Young Turks under TYT University. As per the header of the channel, and as the name implies, this was a lifestyle channel that skewed in the direction of college life. And so the videos largely revolved around sexual topics, and not the typical discussion of politics the network was known for. Hassan's entry was his Bro Tip series. You're thinking it, he's saying it.
Leave your comments and ideas and opinions that I really truly care about in the section below. And if you don't, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna have sex with your dog. And once more, Bro Tip.
Dog?
Tip is ended, audience. I have successfully given you just the tip. Come back.
This was from a sub 2-minute video where Hassan provides his top 3 favorite cheeses. And as per the archive of the YouTube page, it was not very well received. Looking at other archived episodes, this looks to be the standard. Like this one where Hassan gives tips on how to get women in a club.
Yeah, how is that gonna work with that crowd?
Let's get out of here. It's time to get out of there, and it's time to separate her from her herd, meaning her crowd of girlfriends that are going to do their best to cock block you because they're fat and lonely.
There's some truth in that, too. I've been there. It's not wrong. That's the only thing I like about both of them is they're unapologetically, his cousin too, they're unapologetically men, which I always kind of appreciated.
Leave your comments and ideas and opinions that I really truly care about in the section below. And if you don't, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to have sex with your dog.
Following this poor reception, Hassan would open a video reading a zesty comment.
Sir Meowington says his head looks way too small for his body. If you're saying that about my head, you should see the size of my penis.
Some of the dislikes
so funny.
Like of Hassan was possibly because he was edgy with some of the jokes he would make in these videos.
A few things to consider when you're thinking about Lady Gaga as a top contender for Babe of the Week should be the fact that she might have a penis.
Oh my God. Anyone else remember the Atheism Unstoppable? You call him baby. Yeah, I used to watch that. I have an Atheism Unstoppable t-shirt.
The fact that Lady Gaga might have a small penis does absolutely terrify me. Come back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time. Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark?
Oh my goodness.
Can't make jokes like that no more.
Eins Familie Geifan donated $5. This dude tried to rip off Broskian Selife.
I don't know who that is.
I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the
All right, this is pretty funny.
other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut.
Well, that's not funny, but I'm laughing for a bunch of different reasons. Hey, Tommy, did you know? Oh, wait a minute. He's talking about because Miley Cyrus. All right, that's not that bad. All right. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Try to hide it. Look, this is a classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late
Yeah, he's right about that, too. I'm sorry.
and bang you out on the first date.
With TYT University rebranding at least twice over the years and the entirety of the Bro Tip series wiped from the channel, it is difficult to say how the series developed. But what is known is Hasan does.
Liberals weren't that uptight, and they were trying to do something funny.
Also, you did a good question that you kind of went like you started reading, but then dipped off. I just want to bring it up.
What?
How do you feel about Boogie making a Tommy clause for him and Wings?
It's all fake, you moron.
That's nice. You don't need to be too mean to it.
Yeah, right. All right. You're not very smart, and it's not real. I heard they sold their shares. I mean, come on, guys. Can I get a break from lolcow, please? It's not real.
If it wasn't the appropriate time, but he was being very nice. So, or
I'm sorry.
she, whoever you trapped, blah 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 is. But
it's not real. What do I think? I'm banning what do I think questions of lolcow, unless only bring something to my attention if it's like if they actually broke up or something, or they actually ended, or somebody had a fist fight, something like that. Because it's all work, you know.
Does not look back on this series fondly.
I had a older run where I was.
There's no Easter Bunny too.
I was like way more. First of all, I was way more broy than I am now. I'm still pretty broy now, but it was way more broy back then. It was just trying to be funny.
Exactly.
It was hacky. It was hacky. It was bad.
Even with
some of it was funny.
a not so great start, he continued his work at the Young Turks. He could even be seen as a guest on other similar and popular channels like BuzzFeed. It was not until 2016 that he got a big break in the form of The Breakdown, a series hosted on Facebook and on the main The Young Turks channel. In respect to the theme of this channel, Hasan discussed and explained political topics.
Oh wow.
This series appears
Hasan, you gotta get away from that dude bro stuff. You gotta do that.
To be far better received, as Hasan had greatly improved in his delivery and did away with the more scandalous jokes. He was also a fill-in host. This is when the planned host for a video is unavailable.
Yeah, that guy's not a good-looking guy.
And so Hasan is called on as a temporary replacement. And all this was working in his favor. Starting in 2016, every 4 years, interest in content Hasan was producing would reach a new peak. This is due to the US elections driving more interest in politics. And while political pundits
Donald Trump, because otherwise it would have been like any other election year,
are not relatively new, the booming social media space allowed them to gain more influence by their own means. Of note, at least in reference to the story of Hasan, was Tomi Lahren, a political pundit who leans right and was quite popular at the time.
I remember her.
Enough so that it inspired Hasan to make videos countering her.
I thought that who Destiny was banging until a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, it's a different chick.
This isn't about arriving at the truth or justice. For you, it's certainly not about the facts. It's just about tapping into the primal fears of your fan base so they'll go out and vote Republican.
Is that what you guys do? Represent a Nazi? You don't want to be ruled by Nazis, do you?
Not outraged, you're not paying attention. Maybe you're one of the liberal types who spend the next 2 weeks defending this illegal immigrant murderer.
As Hasan describes it, these series of videos were highly popular and possibly helped in keeping a series going well into 2017 and 2018. But Hasan still wanted to do more. Not for the Young Turks this time, but for him.
Yeah.
He tried his hand at vlogging and other forms of content creation, but more and more was favoring streaming on Twitch. Here he would play
the smartest movie ever made.
Video games while retaining and expressing his political views. He had this personal venture all while still employed at the Young Turks. This position is likely why he is able to debate Charlie Kirk live at Politicon, an event that is remembered for many reasons. One of is that this developed a new friendship with creator Hassan admired.
Some of you guys already watched it. Oh, Destiny watched your debate. He didn't like it, said Testament. Okay, well, I didn't.
Remember when Hassan said he was a journalist? I'm pretty sure Rachel Maddow and Anderson Cooper didn't invite terrorists to ask their enemy hot takes. Welcome to Earth. Thank you.
Didn't know that. That makes me sad. I don't know if you watched the entire debate or if you watched
makes me sad.
Like some parts of it or not, but I do want to talk to him about it.
Destiny was a StarCraft 2 pro player and streamer who, like Hassan, leans left, but more recently is known for engaging in debates regarding politics and other ideologies.
Basically, just real quick, somebody emailed me this a long time ago, and I'm not even sure on the efficacy of this research. It might not have been true or not. But basically, the idea was that in part of clinical treatments for helping people that are pedophiles, so you bring them in to treat them, and part of that, to help them manage their urges, you contact people that have had pornography made of them as a child, you offer them some sort of reimbursement if they consent to sharing that pornography in a clinical setting with a pedophile, and that would keep them from actually abusing like real-life children. Well, that was what the clip was about.
After Hassan viewed a clip
was that the one with was that Tonka in the background?
Destiny's reaction to some of the debate, Hassan and Destiny jumped on a Discord call.
Alright, he said, alright, Destiny said, yeah, call if you want. Alright, let's bring in a professional here, okay? Let's bring in a professional here.
Look at Hassan looking up to Destiny.
Sorry, shouldn't have exposed them like this. Hey, what's going on, dude?
Hey, I heard you're finally ready to join the Minecraft server, dude.
Finally ready to join the Minecraft server? What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
Within this multi-hour-long call, the two discussed debate tactics in reference to how they could have improved Hassan's performance before coming to a close.
I wonder what Destiny saw in him. It could have been brains. It's like he's got a lot of people coming in. I'm going to get on that. That's probably what it was.
In any case, all right, I got to go. I have to pee so bad. I'm just going to raid Destiny because you guys all have expressed how much you fucking love Destiny, and a lot of you probably came here from Destiny stream anyway. So that's what I'm going to go do right now.
That's the moment.
No, seriously. Like, everyone originally was like, oh, Destiny's a suck damn, he sucks, blah. And like now, after this like 3-hour conversation, everyone's in love with you. They're like, oh my God, he sounds so great. He sounds so awesome.
Thanks, I try my hardest, man.
All right. I'm rating you right now. And by the way, thank you so much for the conversation. I thought you were dodging me for a while. And
I thought you were reason. I suck at responding on Instagram. And you sent me like this message like, hey, here's what we're gonna debate. And you sent me like 72 topics. Like
the reason, yeah.
They sound like they love each other, for fuck's sake. It's crazy. It's kind of bizarre to see now. I wish Nick was here. He could tell me what the falling. I never knew what they fell out about. Maybe because Hassan's starting to get weird.
Maybe we could call her in or something. Who can tell us about it?
Yeah. If anybody actually knows.
It would be a little over a week later that Destiny traveled to LA. It was here that Destiny and Hassan streamed together on Halloween.
Dude, your fans are crazy. They're awesome.
Licking each other's ass.
Love you. And yeah.
Maybe now that I'm thinking of it, maybe Destiny was into Hassan. I don't think Hassan's gay even a little bit.
I think it'd be a little eccentric sometimes.
No. I have no problem with them. I think they're dope.
Okay.
I'm jealous of how.
Wow, he's blowing that smoke straight up that guy's ass. Wow.
Like how you've cultivated such a rabid fan base.
There were many perspectives on how the pair were interacting. Virtually all of them were positive. Destiny viewed Hassan as a sort of professional political figure that was entering the Twitch scene. Hassan viewed Destiny as a veteran live streamer and admired the enthusiasm of his fanbase that he had developed over the course of 9 years. And Destiny's fanbase loved Hassan. He was very easygoing and even tried to get Destiny in on some fun.
Say, do you want to go out later, or are you into like going out and shit?
Are you into chicks?
You need a Halloween costume.
Listen, I am a
I don't go anywhere without a camera, pal.
professional streamer because I play video games inside my house all day, okay? Yeah. I'm not much for the going out type.
The night ended after Destiny dropped off Hassan at his residence, but this would hardly be the last time the two streamed together.
Destiny's actually here to help me with my PC setup and make fun of me probably for having a pre-built PC that I use. I have a pre-built PC, by the way.
What are these noises?
Oh, that's fucking my sub badges.
And I'm not gonna be like you.
Okay, don't worry.
The threat to my country.
One of your Speedo McGee's your fan that gave me fucking 200 subs so far.
What a fucking loser.
What? No, dude. What are you saying? When you snap your fingers, people sub to that person.
Well, I can see why people like this.
And that you're snapping the fingers of?
Yeah, you want to see?
Yeah, because they don't come off like a two miserable cunts.
Are you gonna send me a clip?
No, we'll try it right here. All right, guys. Who's got fucking Twitch Primes? Throw them out in the chat. If you've got an Amazon Prime account and it's connected to a Twitch Prime account, you better fucking throw some goddamn fucking subs up.
Holy shit, dude! What the fuck?
Now I'm losing all these fucking subs.
Did you do the finger snapping on that on Io Velasquez?
No, why the fuck would I help anyone else? You're the only person I've ever done that for. You better feel special.
Oh wow, I do, dude.
You really got one of the motivations. I mean, maybe building the left, I suppose, as like a powerhouse or something like that. Yeah, maybe that was it. I'd love to know what he's thinking.
I mean, I was super cute, but you're cuter. Don't worry. In a different way.
He's coming off as harmless too, and not the miserable prick that we all know and love.
Yeah.
No.
If one were to tell Hassan and Destiny in these moments that in less than a year they would be at each other's throats, they probably would not believe it. This is because the process of hating each other,
I would. I'm a YouTuber.
was gradual and then sudden.
I know. The real thing that he wants to connect it back to is that he's butthurt that I've surpassed him on his own fucking platform, which he thought was his own like little kingdom. That's the real fucking.
That's the guy. There he is. That's the guy I know.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, you know. Let's be real. That was originally the real reason why he got mad at me too.
All right, everybody surpassed me. I have never managed to do that once. All I've ever said was GG.
And like wanted to separate.
Maybe it's why I know that I'm just like,
it just back.
Shit like that doesn't bother me. Dave's passed me before, you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like a little back.
Nothing but happy for him. Nobody can. I think me and Willie Mack are probably the only people who can do that. Probably Nick too.
Backfired on him.
This was from a clip involving some editor drama Hassan had, possibly recounting the reason he believes the fallout with Destiny happened.
I actually think that's a real thing on your character. You know, if you sit there and spike the football on somebody that helped you out, that you surpassed, you should be nothing but grateful. And that, it's just so,
Hassan does not get very specific with the details.
Like, you're supposed to help people, like, but that's the thing on YouTube. Like, people help people to help themselves. It's like they're playing the long game. They're not doing it to do it. You know, and you know what? You get punished for helping people for no other reason than health. And believe me, I know all about that.
And when talking about
and it wasn't the first time. It's happened before.
Destiny recounts Destiny's proclivity to debate, or denounces Destiny's community or former ideologies Destiny no longer holds. While Destiny breaks down the falling out.
Yeah, that's another thing I said. Destiny's normal. Destiny was always fucking crazy. Always crazy. But the only thing he didn't do is praise Antifa. And then Rittenhouse happened.
Succinctly.
We went over it, and then we kind of friendship developed. We hung out in real life. I think when I came to LA, I think I slept on his couch. We played with his dog. We were like kind of friends. And as time went on, I think he was a little bit more. He was farther left than he let on. So like I was a social democrat.
I think there's some truth in that too. You know, he was like, oh, I'm a regular guy. But he's pretty far left too. Destiny's pretty far left.
He was a social democrat. But back in those days.
And I think that's why Destiny like moved, I wouldn't say right, but he wasn't arguing woke talking points. And he was, if I remember correctly, like in 2016, 17. Yeah.
Like 2018, when people said they were a social democrat, they really meant socialist, but they just didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
So he was farther left than me, and we had a lot of deep divides in our approach to politics. One was when it was either him or the Young Turks. I think it was him. There was a shooting in a neighborhood where a very young black child gets killed by a white shooter. And they did a video about like hate crimes and how hate crimes are on the rise between races and white people are evil and blah, blah, blah. Not that, but like white people committing hate crimes against black people. And obviously, as the story goes, tale as old as time, the data comes out, it was just an errant shot. There was like gang violence, shot goes out of nowhere, hits a kid in the car. It wasn't like a hate crime. The guy was trying to kill a kid. But
Yeah, we basically we bump up against a few kind of political disagreements.
Well, getting out before the story's out, that wouldn't change.
Like this.
As Destiny describes it, the true fallout came from a video Hasan made on Kamala Harris that Destiny put much effort to counter.
And it's like 7 or 8 horrible things about Kamala Harris. And I'm like, okay, I know at least 1 or 2 of these things are not fully accurate. So I'm going to do all the research. I'm going to have all the sources, and we're going to have a
Destiny, we'll do the research.
Long conversation about it, so that now when I provide criticism to him, it's not going to be like this horrible, like just me saying something flippantly or whatever. It's going to be like substantial criticism. And when I started to go through the claims in this video about Kamala Harris, almost every single thing Hasan says in this video is either dead wrong or horribly stretched.
This VOD is nearly 3.
Well, that wouldn't change. I mean, that's literally Willie Mack's entire series on him.
3.5 hours in length. Hasan pops in at the 50-minute mark. After only 15 minutes of conversation, Hasan goes on a rant about Destiny's chat.
This is genuinely a problem where we're having a semantics argument over something that I admit is probably could have been worded better. And then that is enough for so many people to be like, oh, Hasan is a fucking incel. Like, there's people in your chat saying like, Hasan's incel is showing.
Wow.
And it's so fucking annoying that you guys are supposed to be my fucking out.
I don't understand these guys. I've been attacked by Destiny's people before. It's not that bad. Like, all you gotta do is wait a day. You know, they like yell at you for a day, and then you're just like, oh, whatever, you know. God, it's so funny that people that criticize. I'd never understand like people that criticize and make fun of people for a living. Just, I'm not saying I've never gotten pissed off at anything, but I mean, god damn, like, don't show your hand.
Allies that you would be so critical and so uncharitable in this circumstance just because Destiny is like even looking at this from a critical perspective. This is something that really frustrates me. Sorry, I'm gonna calm the fuck down, but it is genuinely infinitely fucking all right, whatever.
This anger that Hasan harbors is a terrible quality to have for someone in his position. With these sorts of reactions, one can derail Hasan easily, which will embolden more comments striking at his insecurities. As for the conversation...
And he is insecure. There's no doubt about that. He oozes estrogen, he oozes insecurity.
To give a very simple rundown, it is mainly about law enforcement, undocumented immigrants, and the process in California at the time on reporting those breaking the laws to ICE. Hasan in his video made it seem like the reports were without any due cause, which is where the problems begin, yet also where some agreements happen.
Okay, there's a huge difference between a school just referring to children that are undocumented to ICE for no reason versus police people doing it when a person has been charged with a crime. Those two things are hugely different.
I get it a little bit more now. All right.
This conversation then moves on to police officers.
How much you wanted that Destiny was absolutely crushing him and the chat. He's reacting to the chat, so he's toning it down.
School, and to Hasan saying that police should never be called upon under any circumstance.
Okay. So should people just never ever call the cops ever then?
Yeah, I suggest against that, yes.
Okay. I mean, we just have like a totally fundamental view of this, I guess. And
sounds like Destiny's still trying to keep it together, though.
Hasan walks this back rather quickly and clarifies that a higher leniency...
He realizes he sounds stupid. NYT mom, put him away, Jeannie.
...should exist in schools.
People break into your backyard, they're going through your shed. Should you call the cops then, or is it just your shed, so it doesn't matter, you shouldn't call the cops?
No, if they're breaking into your, I guess if they're breaking in, it's different, yeah.
As the conversation continues, nearly into the 2-hour mark of the VOD, things get rather heated. Instead of Hasan considering Destiny's arguments, he often falls back on calling that argument reactionary or other things done to diminish the argument. This slows the conversation and a tangible frustration begins to build.
Do you understand how you're framing this? Like, lock up mothers for truancy. What about parents that were just too lazy to send their kids to school without getting a kick in the ass from the police department?
You sound like a fucking reactionary. Do you not hear yourself? You're like, what about those lazy parents who just didn't want to send their children? Yeah, what about the fucking homeless mom? I'm telling you, like, there are plenty
Why do you keep going?
People who are in between.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Here, and you're
He fooled Destiny. See, I always thought Destiny was just I don't know why he didn't see it. You know, he fooled them. He's a reactionary moron. And Destiny didn't think so. So here he is. He's got this young, upstart, good-looking guy for the left, and Destiny's not like exactly a centrist. And even with this change after the Rittenhouse situation, which I think was strategically motivated, but that's my opinion. And this guy's like a nut, like an Antifa nut.
Answer to this basically, and maybe I'm fucking strawmanning you, but you've been doing that the entire time this debate, so I'm just gonna say it. Maybe your point is, well, it doesn't matter if people.
And you can see his body language. It's not like it's not even the usual Destiny talking fan boss. He's obviously trying to let him get out. When Destiny gets uptight, he talks really fast. He talks fast naturally, but it really gets fast.
Yeah.
And some people have said, and I've wondered, that he tries to overwhelm who he's talking to, but he's not doing any of that, any of the stuff that I'm used to.
People are threatened because there are a lot of lazy mothers out there, and also it worked because it increased school admission by 20%.
Shortly after, Destiny hangs up on Hassan.
Wait, what? No, you don't let me finish a single thing.
He's trying to keep quiet because somebody in the house.
Let me know when you're done, okay? Holy shit, you can call me back. Oh my god. I can't finish a single fucking point. Holy shit. Hey, how's it going?
You couldn't tell he was a moron. He might be holding it together because there's people over there. Yeah.
Okay, are you calm down?
I am.
Okay, you gotta let me finish a single point, dude. Holy shit, you've talked like four times as much as me.
Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead. I know.
So you literally just said, okay.
Even with this tension, Hassan yields on Destiny's point that kids should be forced to go to school after Destiny clarifies his point once again.
If they can't learn in school like these, they should be taught to pick pockets.
Okay, you're right. I misunderstood your point.
Though Destiny does have Hassan constantly on the back foot in this debate, Hassan, not enjoying his position, even while yielding, still seeks to diminish Destiny's argument.
Nobody else is stepping up. Why wouldn't you step up and do it?
If you're, look, can we move past it? You're right. You're so right. The DA was good to threaten mothers with truancy, and it was a successful policy. You defeated me in the marketplace of ideas once again. Please, can we move past the next point? It's like all you're doing is overwhelming me with ridiculous hypotheticals that do not exist on the fucking planet. So
every hypothetical I'm pointing is literally has. Sure, I understand. Okay.
As the call is reaching its conclusion, Hassan yields once again.
I am so defeated, dude. Like you've owned me into oblivion, Destiny. I'm at. It's 10:30. I still haven't eaten anything yet.
Hassan, as has been exemplified in this call, does not like being wrong. He has trouble yielding to an argument without reacting in anger afterwards.
He felt like he still had to yield here. It was probably tactical as well. He wasn't ready to, cut ties, but it's pretty clear that's what he wants.
I fucking hate this shit. Every time we have this conversation, you I know I cut you off quite frequently. I know that, right? But so do you. But for some fucking weird reason, the entire thing turns into Hassan kept talking over Destiny, and Hassan was like so fucking dumb or morally lucky. In an instance where like we literally agree, and you've done some of the most disingenuous debate tactics that I'm finally gonna start fucking calling out every single time that you do it. It is like talking to Ben Shapiro, literally.
The call ends shortly
I don't think Ben Shapiro would talk to you.
after, with Destiny providing Hassan the chance to go over the debate on his own time and pointing out what these disingenuous arguments are. The more likely case for Hassan's frustration is that being wrong or not being able to articulate a point in a fast debate setting strikes at the core of Hassan.
But my insecurities.
Yeah, he's like in charge of this stuff, and he's not good at it. He's like the biggest streamer that's not good at it. It's so funny. It's so funny. People get mad at women for looking good and having jobs they shouldn't for that reason, or it can happen to men too. It's clear.
Probably be like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know enough. I'm so stupid. Like, I hate that. I feel like I don't communicate my ideas well enough. It's all just about like the areas that I'm interested in and how far I haven't gone yet.
Hassan, like anyone else, has pressure to succeed. He comes from a wealthy family that has high expectations, yet has failed to meet them. The only job he could find outside of college was working under his highly influential uncle that, regardless of Hassan's truth,
that communications degree from Rutgers, it's not worth the paper it's printed on.
Always be seen as nepotism and unearned.
It's terrible. I went to I'm making fun of him, but I went to Middlesex County, and I was going to try to transfer in there. Forget, if you got a 3.0, you can transfer. But it wasn't happening for me. I don't belong anywhere near a school.
And even when there was demonstrable success, because of, I guess, fears that Cenk would come across as like doing nepotism, he would go extra hard on me and would just be like, all right, cool IP, we're just gonna give it to everyone else in the company. It's the company's IP. So it definitely just like put a chip on my shoulder.
These are reasons why Hasan cannot stomach being incorrect, or why he does not take jokes well that target his intelligence, as demonstrated in the Raj Royale video podcast.
He is objectively of average intelligence. I mean, it's not like he really is. It's like putting me on a fucking NBA team.
Context: Hasan was explaining a concept to a group. When Destiny.
When I say he's dumb, I don't mean like he's dumb literally, like he can't wipe his ass or anything. But like in this kind of stuff, and it's not even that high level. These are all like wannabe and pseudo intellectuals and stuff like that. YouTube intellectuals and stuff. And it's just when you break it down, it's just a bunch of high schoolers or freshmen and sophomores yelling at each other. And it's got it's really got a high school feel to it too. Everything about it, even when Destiny does it, and he does it better than all of them, is there. There's an adolescent aura to it, and of course you are too. Yeah, but I'm kind of like doing it on purpose. I'm not trying to like sell you that I'm some kind of fucking genius, or I have any answers. I just tell you what I think, and you can call me a dummy if you want, and I'll sleep just fine. Happens every day. Like these guys, it's really important for them to be seen as right, and I can see how a kind of a guy of average intelligence would think, look. It doesn't matter if I'm right or not. It doesn't matter. It's just because even if I do the research, I'm not going to really get it or I might miss something. It just matters if I appears right. And kind of technically for like a TV, a YouTube thing, he's correct. He's correct. So if you could just kind of yell, act outraged, seem emotional, there's no substance there. But I mean, at least you're engaged and you're entertaining people. But as far as like debating anything, he's terrible. He's terrible at it because he's just a regular guy.
Comes in and finishes the point.
I vote for Destiny. It's like I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away.
Fucking Hassan.
It makes me feel like we have the cheat sheet right here.
Honestly, like.
It's funny because like the only way
it's such a fucking retarded thing to say.
This is a good one. This is a great video.
I'm sorry, but like if you can't comprehend the fucking shit that
Casey Tron owned him.
Saying it's on you, okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Wes. Sure you are, buddy.
He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
You can say retard on Twitch. Zetapopin says it all the time.
Fuck Twitch then. Dude, don't fucking ask me to be on if this is the shit that you're gonna pull, Raj. Like, seriously.
What did I pull?
This is a Brady Bunch worth of fucking boring people. That's what that is to me.
What?
What did I pull?
Boring people that have nothing to fucking actually say but regurgitate whatever talking point of the team they picked.
Oh, I'll put Destiny in the chat. Fucking have Destiny on it.
No insight, no wisdom, no nothing. And it's over and over. You watch any one of these things. The only time I ever submitted to one of these fucking things was Stardust because I knew she promised me it would be fun, and it was. It's just such a joke. Like I went to college. I really haven't succeeded in anything other than graduating. I have nothing in my history that says I'm an expert in anything other than the degree. The degree gives you I mean, if you want to be an activist, like show me where you were successful as an activist, like you started a group or something. And I'm so not impressed. I'd rather see somebody start a business or something. God, something that makes money for other people, not just yourself. And here they are, like shamelessly telling the world that they're worth listening to on things like good government. It's so funny. It really, if you really break it down, you look at it, it's just hysterical. I should start watching these. The problem is they're so sanctimonious, I can't get through it.
But Destiny in the poll. He's not in the poll. I was joking. He's not in the poll.
I know he's not in the fucking poll, dipshit. I'm saying that it's pissing me off because you're devaluing my perspective, which is ongoing.
No, that had nothing to do
fucking chat.
Hassan,
and also with the people talking to right now.
Hassan,
I guess this is the last debate.
Nothing. I was just saying because.
Oh, there's John Zerka, another fucking genius. Wasn't he? That's right. He was like a dude bro for a while, and he had Nick and Augie on, and then he became a lefty, and then he was inviting some underage girls who were sneaking into his kick streams. He's a fucking. I mean, he's dumber than Hassan. Like, who would feel comfortable doing this? What's Casey Tron's qualifications and background? I mean, what any of these people? It's just hysterical.
Destiny came into the show late after I tried to get him on the show.
95% of your fucking Discord's like Hassan is so.
When I comment on as slow as I think, I'm not slow. I know my limitations, and none of these people do. Never would get in a debate with Ben Shapiro if I disagreed with him. I mean, even if I had the intellect, right? Assuming I had the intellect, I'm not going to know the tactics in the game. It's just like, no, I think he went through a lefty phase, Kyle. He absolutely did. I remember that. I think something with I can't remember the thing, but he did go through a lefty phase at some point. He did the dude bro thing too. He was a dude bro, pivoted slightly and then went back. That's what I remember. Yeah.
So dumb. Hassan is so dumb.
Look, relax.
Fucking chat is like Hassan is so
Yeah, I'll take Smaggle.
stupid.
At this point, the podcast understands that this is a sore spot for Hassan and seek to ease the tension by relating
All right,
to
everybody, don't talk about how stupid he is.
and clarifying their statements were jokes.
Yeah, I know, Zerka. I think he was, and he went through it. And I seem to remember him criticizing something. I can't remember, but I swear to God, I bet Nick remembers.
After a few minutes, Hassan explains that this sort of thing is the core of his frustrations.
On top of that, it's like someone fucking unscrewing a cap all the way to the end and then him popping it open, and then everyone will be like, oh, it's great.
Look,
and Destiny is brilliant, and he's definitely a more effective orator than myself. But if it's an ongoing thing over and over again where everyone's like, Hassan is so fucking dumb, Hassan is so stupid, Hassan is such a fucking commie, then I don't need...
STS donated $5.
Yes.
Johnny versus Madbit for Creator Clash 3. I wonder if they'll top $0 donated this year.
Yeah, you hear that? Creator Clash. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see how this one fucks up. I mean,
no, guys,
let's
the
do it.
goal's almost over.
Do it. Oh God. You know what? I think they'll make money, but they'll do it with a terrible lineup. That's the thing. What's that?
The goal's almost over.
Oh no, the goals. I guess only 4. And it says you'll show your titties, tatas. Oh well.
No, I will not.
No, you will not. 20 seconds. Need 6 more. That's your last chance. Next goal's another goal. Oh boy.
Look, Hassan, I apologize.
Let's get all the feelings out.
No, I'm done. I'm done. You guys are right.
No,
I was overreacting.
This podcast took place before the complete falling out of Destiny and Hassan's friendship. That was solidified late 2019, when Destiny was in a bit of hot water when debating the usage of the N-word, like using it in the context to retell a joke from a comedian in a private setting. The overall usage and arguments extended to various different creators that saw things differently, including his former podcast host, Trihex, and various other creators he discussed this matter with. Destiny broke down the drama in a lengthy Reddit post where now 5 years in, a fair amount of the links are dead and the drama around it is still dense. Hassan's role in this, as Destiny explains it, was his changing of stances on the argument depending who he is talking to.
So I don't know why you're bringing it up.
But if someone else is doing it in the privacy of their own conversation with another person, there are specific contexts in which you could probably say the N-word.
Cool.
That's
my position, literally. Holy shit.
But because it ultimately, no matter what, no matter how you use the term,
you can say Baltimore in certain situations, but you can't say in others.
Ultimately, no matter what, no matter how you use the term.
Imagine having a conversation about like how you could use a word, because this word is so magical that it might bring down a people. It's so fucking ridiculous. Ugh.
The N-word is bad.
Ultimately, it just implies that the person themselves are like a racist person.
Yes.
Destiny expanded on this in a live stream which Hassan reacted to.
Nothing I do is perform.
I usually judge racist people by racist statements, not single words. Like it's such a it's a non-argument. Like it's like, yeah, I know you say context matters. The context of your statement is what should be judged. It's what should be what it is judged. It's so stupid.
Formative. So I'm not going to.
People debate the N-word, and can white people use it under certain situations, like emergency situations, like if they're getting beaten up? Like what the fuck?
For instance, I'll use Hassan as an example. I'm not going to talk to a black person like Trihex and say, hey, the N-word, it's always do you think black people...
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
This fit of rage will be turned into a meme, changing what Hassan is watching to fit the joke.
I remember that one.
Like when Hassan stated he will never talk to Destiny again.
I'm not talking to him again. You guys can call me a pussy all you want. There is literally no reason. What a fucking liar, dude.
Though rage was not Hassan's entire state of being, this period did have Hassan more prone to anger, especially when being compared to Destiny. As was shown in this popular video.
So it wasn't even about politics at the end of the day. It was about fucking, like, it's just a big dick measuring contest. These two intellectuals and their dick measuring contest.
Piling some moments of Hassan getting angry.
Watching you squirm after Destiny's stream is my favorite thing to watch. Here's some money for the best content on Twitch XD.
Thanks, buddy. I have your email now, by the way, just for the record. So why don't you just stop fucking sending me donos to harass
threaten the guy.
Ask me for your daddy Destiny with literally your email involved in it. What a fucking stupid thing you just did now. You absolute idiot. I have your full name now. And
I love when people do that.
This time, if I
it's like
go
one of my favorite things, because he's not the only one that's the one for that one.
Go to fucking Twitch, it's reasonable because you're literally harassing me. Do you know how many fucking donos I've gotten from Destiny's fans tonight?
Yeah,
Do you know how many fucking Destiny
have
fans have sent me their emails tonight? Excuse me. Paying money just so they can fucking shit talk?
Explaining how Hassan views himself and how he views Destiny explains the anger the dynamic holds. How he sees Destiny as inferior with his beliefs, yet more intelligent overall, is a conflict he would not move on from. And this was hardly the only conflict he was involved in 2019. A smaller of note is when he referred to Pete Buttigieg as this.
White liberal friends. Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. What? Booty check? Buttigieg? Okay, it's really hard to say this dude's last name. Now, Buttigieg has been...
No, it's not.
...in the talk of the town, especially in...
Hassan calling him Buttigieg was likely not aware that Pete Buttigieg is gay.
And he likes it in the booty.
This comment could come off as derogatory. This can more easily be seen...
So you call it, if he be straight, it was all right?
...as a misunderstanding.
If Tommy can say it, it's not hard. Exactly. Buttigieg.
Especially when compared to his most controversial statements of 2019.
Although I can't stand this guy either, in fairness, but I think this is a little over the top, maybe across the line.
Can't do this. Guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their...
They're on our side, you moron. Mujahideen.
Dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked? America deserved 9/11, dude.
I think they did split up against us, even though we funded their shit against the Russians. But I think most of them are on our side.
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game,
equipping and enhancing their capabilities. It's happening.
Like we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit, we did. We fucking did in a video game.
There are two large aspects to this controversy. There is first interpretation. An interpretation that Hassan supports terrorists by calling them brave. Then there is his intent that breaks down his statement in that the US funding of terrorist organizations against mutual opposition like Russia empower them enough to be able to choreograph such an attack. The comments about brave fighters is also one that references a section in a Rambo movie when it called terrorists brave.
This film was dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. We did fund them. Yes, they were fighting the Soviet Union at the time. That's obviously important context, but but we did have blowback when they turned on us.
That was
but from what I understand, they turned on us and they splintered. It wasn't all of them.
Chink, the owner of the Young Turks and Hassan's uncle, bringing us.
It's like the Mujahideen was still the way it was explained to me, and it was in the army, so who knows if I got the truth. The Mujahideen that had, I think, less contact with the Taliban. We're still good with us, but yeah, the rest of them, not so much.
Hassan on to explain what he meant by his statement and clarify he did not mean.
This is great. This is my favorite.
Ill will.
So
he did.
You said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Following the original statement, Hassan was suspended on Twitch for 7 days, and he and the Young Turks were getting a sea of death threats. Entering 2020, this was one of the cited reasons why Hassan wanted to separate himself from the Young Turks. Bringing this controversial nature to the doorstep did not sit right with him, but also the Young Turks were starting to take issue with Hassan's success. On Twitch, he did virtually the most important thing you can do with content creation, and that is keeping a frequent schedule. He did this to a particularly unheard of degree. In 2020, he was live for over 3,600 hours.
Holy shit.
An even more jaw-dropping statement when looked at percentage-wise.
I was live for 42% of the year.
This Truman Show-esque dedication guaranteed a strong following, which was further tempered by those aligned with him politically. Additionally, 2020 was an election year full of unrest and perfect for Hassan to grow and grow and grow. This momentum turned Hassan from a relatively unknown streamer to one of the largest. This surge of popularity had those in direct political opposition cover him and his previous controversies.
Alex Jones!
Hassan Piker. Can't make up that name. That's his name, Hassan Piker. He's got some big old giant bitch tits. I'm sorry, family show. Just go ahead and roll this.
Due to this surge in popularity, Hassan was also in the process of making new friends, one of which would be Ethan of the H3H3 podcast. Here, Hassan is explaining why he started streaming more.
That was really 4 years ago? Holy shit.
Yeah, so this is like the only... This was like the only being in my life. I'm like far away from everyone, can't see anybody. And so I just started streaming even more than I did as a way to escape, you know, and like to have some organization in my life. So that there was something I was doing every day when I woke up, because otherwise I was like, I don't know what the fuck I would have done. I think I am, but I mean, I game too. I play variety games. So I'm not like only one game. I don't play only one game.
Hassan goes on to explain that he does dabble in gaming, which relates
That's
to
just
his
a sign that fucking people want to watch you. Something that, like people watch one game is because they're extremely proficient at it. People who do multi-games relying on something else that are successful.
next big stream. Being at the top level of influence in this environment is powerful, yet not as utilized or understood as much as traditional media. AOC, a political figure who also excels in the space, in 2020 put out a tweet asking if there would be any Twitch streamers interested in playing Among Us. While she replied to other streamers, she did not reply to Hassan, but he was still, like several other streamers, invited to the game. This stream, not through Hassan's side, was reported as the third most viewed stream on Twitch ever. As for Hassan's new peak, the following month with covering the elections, his stream was reported as, quote, the 6th most watched election-themed channel across Twitch and YouTube, unquote.
Boy, Destiny never did that, did he? It's getting hot in here. Hang on. I'm turning the heater off.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Ugh. Too much.
Following this stream and the elections, there was a natural drop-off of viewership. But overall, with Hassan's persistence, he maintained a strong viewer base where he averaged roughly around 30,000 concurrent viewers a stream.
Wow.
The only other person on Twitch doing something similar was Destiny, who was only getting a fraction of the viewership and was virtually the only
still getting good numbers though.
Competition Hassan had. This space goes untouched by many creators, as focusing on politics can only limit one's reach, especially if it is irrelevant to the content the creator produces. Discussion of politics can also diminish the escapism some seek. These are two reasons why many are avoidant of that space. Even in the political realm that Hassan exists in, this is still very much a thing with the more specific aspects of politics, and why Hassan states that one of his biggest failures was exposing that his beliefs fall under the umbrella of socialism.
My biggest failures in my entire career was openly saying that I'm a socialist. There is.
What an admission. That to me is fascinating, and it proves that he was basically lying to Destiny. That's so funny, and I think I think there's tons of liberals that are just Marxist, socialist, hardcore leftists that hide under being a Democrats or just relatively liberal. You know, that is a hell of an admission. Because he was just too stupid not to say that.
There's way too much baggage associated with the term.
By baggage,
Yeah, like graves, Eastern Europe.
Hassan likely means interpretation. Socialism is something.
You doubt he's a comedy, despite everything he says. No, you know, I really wonder how much these guys understand, and like I'm not going to pretend to, like some kind of deep understanding about. Like I read a lot about Lee Harvey Oswald, which if you read about Lee, you start to realize that he's a lot like these Twitch streamers in a lot of ways. Not that they kill anybody, but Lee saw himself as an intellectual. He's bad at school. He's bad at everything he did, but for some reason, he really connected with communism, and so thought for sure that people would really take his ideas seriously, and this is what he cut for it. I mean, he had dyslexia like I did. He had all sorts of freaking problems. He wasn't good in school. He sucked in the military. And he decided to move to Russia and marry a beautiful Russian girl. Over there, when they give you a job in the old Soviet Union, they give you like an aptitude test, and he was like mopping fucking floors, just like he was in the States. Yeah. And he learned a little Russian and went back home, and the rest of his history, of course. But yeah, it was a very similar vibe if you listen to some of Lee's statements and writings, and he's just completely caught up, and just a guy that wasn't that brilliant, an average guy, could have been a great life. He could have came back from Russia, pulled his hot wife, got a regular job, but no, it's more important to him to be seen as some kind of genius. And that just led to extremism, which led to his decision, which took his life when he's only 30 years old.
I think that can be explained simply, but expanded.
A lot of these guys show me the same fucking traits as Lee Harvey Oswald. And I'm definitely not saying they're murderers, but it's the way they see themselves is similar.
On infinitely. Trying to get a great understanding of the entire umbrella can be fruitless, as that will not change the interpretations of others. This is the same for virtually any political alignment. There is too much nuance, too many variables, too great of a
And political identities are stupid. You ever see these these college kids argue their identities? I'm an anarcho-communist or fucking.
Oh yeah.
I remember. I remember. Because it was my 30s. I told my friends, like, "Who's that show? This guy you're doing a show with Joe Cronin? Who's that guy you're with on? What's his deal?" I was like, "Well, he says he's an anarchist." He's like, "What is he, 12?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I kind of got like that's when I first started thinking it was stupid, like because you go through that in high school, like I'm a this or I'm a that, I'm a hip hop, I'm a metalhead, I'm a this, and then it goes like, and then
labels,
the more adult one is labels are everything. Young people love labels. They love it because they don't fit anywhere. I'm a revisionist Marxist or fucking democratic socialist, and they just need that identity so bad. I think that's one of the reasons. I think
they need to belong.
I think one of the things, the reason the trans thing, it's like the ultimate. Of taking an identity, whether you know anything about it or not, understand it or even feel that way. It's sense of belonging, which is like it's community, and it's really important to have a sense of community. You've done far too much research. I don't know if he fired a shot, and I wasn't talking about the conspiracy. I was talking about who Lee was as a person. Lee was a fucking miserable guy, miserable young man. It's too bad. I'm looking at it more like he wasted his life.
Divide. All reasons why creators may avoid openly speaking about politics like the plague.
Because all of these people fight with one another and have historically killed one another all the fucking time.
Biggest political identity is stupid. No one wants to have actual conversations about their views. Yeah, people just want to scream about how they're right and wrong, and also say I'm a part of this and I'm a part of that. I'll add that on. thing. That's when you stress your identities. I mean, the older I get, I feel like I'm a libertarian, but I've never voted for a libertarian. I've never like read a book and gotten deeply into it and my entity. I just like, I'm just like, just less government and everything and less moral fagging, That's what I want. I think that's what would make the world better. But what the fuck do I know? Maybe, having a fucking identity and going into political parties and fucking each other over and, getting a nice fat bag when it's supposed to be service, not like a job to make you rich. Maybe that's a better system. I don't know. I just want the government out of my life. And both the left and the right are wonderful at saying they want to get the government out of your life. And it's just exactly the opposite when they get in power.
This is specifically what Hassan at one point simplified socialism as.
People routinely misunderstand something about socialism, and I'm going to bring this up one more time. Socialism is about adequate compensation for your labor. Socialism isn't about a flat fee for every single person. Socialism isn't about like, the abolition of money even. That's communism, right?
Others might see socialism as a push for strict equality among things like wealth.
And it's all commie larva. Liberal becomes a socialist becomes a Marxist becomes a commie. It's just, they're like, their butterfly wings spread when they're commies. That's the way I see it.
That's why in August of 2021, there was a controversy about Hassan buying a $2.7 million house. For any other successful streamer, this would not matter. But for Hassan, it does, because it can be seen as inconsistent with the values of a socialist. It is
There's no homeless people living there, no immigrants, no nothing.
Likely that the most flack he got was not even from people diametric of him, but people in his own community that denounced the purchase. It does not help that Hassan was also antagonistic, like with this tweet that reads, quote, "Socialism is when no house," unquote. This opens up the criticism that it was not just a house, it was a $2.7 million house. Tweets like these, whether correct or not, do avoid the argument about the significant purchase and whether or not done with intention and just for a joke. It misrepresents why people are angry and will only frustrate them, as Hassan knows.
Because that makes a lot of money for them to voluntarily and maliciously misunderstand my point so they can make YouTube videos and get ad revenue, because those clicks drive, that controversy and those clicks.
Another element Hassan uses in his defense is a perception that he believes people look at socialism like
everybody. I'm not wrong. They're just doing this for clicks. The biggest YouTube excuse for criticism, like the one that
it's almost it's a dark fiber thing.
Everybody does.
They're lying.
I've seen Facebook. There isn't one YouTuber that was on a big rise that was getting made. They didn't say, well, they never address the issue. They never address the criticism. They only address the motivation of the critic,
A poverty cult.
Yes, in America, people literally think socialism is a poverty cult. People straight up think if you're a socialist, you need to like literally live this life of austerity, and every single dollar that you generate cannot go to like any kind of personal consumption because that's fucked up.
This is a defense Hassan will use when addressing
we want everybody else to do it in this.
Controversy about other purchases like a Gucci bag.
I don't want to do it. I don't force everybody else to do it. And then when everybody else is forced to do it, I'll go along too.
It is not so much people criticizing him about needing to live in poverty.
I've been taking a shot every time Hasan says malicious. I think I'm dying about.
But rather him living a highly consumerist, hedonistic lifestyle. A lifestyle that can be seen as aligning with the greed that capitalism can carry. Whether fair or not, these are the reasons why Hassan is increasingly becoming disliked regardless of political alignment. Even so, Hassan does say...
I want to point out that he did this in an unoffensive way, because you can hear all the people like, that's not what socialism is. He's trying to be as neutral as... Because when you're doing a political figure, it's really hard to stay neutral. And I don't... After JOON the King has done this whole thing, I don't know if he's a left or righty. And I don't have any inside information either. Like none. So that's like a compliment to JOON the King.
He gives money to charity, though he does not specify how much, and does make the point that giving money to charity should not exempt someone from criticism. Tangentially, there were a few people involved in this controversy, such as Destiny when he tweeted out a 2017 picture of Hassan wearing an Eat the Rich shirt alongside an article about Hassan purchasing a $2.7 million house. Ludwig, a popular creator Hassan is friends with, like Hassan did, attributed Destiny's tweet as
the big suck-off dummy too.
Reason the controversy gained traction, alongside spreading Hassan's docs through spreading only a screenshot of the article that essentially doxed him.
His desk, but because of Destiny's tweet, it picked up. And
I think when you're that fucking rich and you buy that fucking house, like, no, I don't think it's a dox. Give me a break. Just look it up. You know, records are like public.
And for the past like 3 days, 20th, 21st, 22nd, it was
Hassan is in his Discord fucking typing out that I doxed him.
Yeah, and why is he doing that? Anybody can look that. He's saying that so like Destiny will get in trouble and the community would turn on him, which is what he really wants.
Because I put a screenshot of like the third fucking mainstream article that was published about him buying a $3 million
yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
WeHo house, okay? I don't know how the that counts as doxing. I don't know why the
Yeah, I know why, because he's hoping to convince fans that you did it maliciously so he can like take them away. It's pretty obvious, Steve.
Dipshits like Ludwig would repeat that as doxing?
Ludwig's dumber than Hassan, if that's possible.
Did not help that he was responding to tweets that he believed were subtweeting him. Hassan's core audience that either aligns with his perspective or just doesn't care about his controversy continued to grow. And as such, he was still doing well for himself late 2021. He even became a co-host for the newly released H3H3 Leftovers podcast. Now, finally, all the gears of the Hassan controversy machine were in place and slowly starting to turn. What would be happening from here on, as demonstrated with his purchase of a house, would be controversy about Hasan Piker. Not so much Hassan's take on a sensitive subject, even though those things go hand in hand. The difference now, likely due to his popularity, is that he would be at the center of the controversy.
I'm skipping ahead, I don't care. Critics and being trolled. I love watching. That was that Jewish kid that trolled him with "We Love Landlords." I want to see that.
To the React drama that was going on throughout Twitch. This was pushback to how some streamers may react to a video, rip the thumbnail of said video, and compete with it directly on sites like YouTube. In the case of Hassan, this is a bit different in that he does not enforce his copyright. He allows any viewer to rip and re-upload his content without compensation, so long as they are not abusive in trying to control his IP. Another element tied to this React drama was the chair. This is when streamers like Hassan would purposely leave videos playing to entertain their audience while they momentarily left, leaving only the chair to react to said video. This also ties into the quote-unquote meta of reacting to the series MasterChef, which unlike the average creator does have the financial backing to sue the Twitch streamers reacting to it. But eventually this was quelled when DMCAs were handed out. While this sort of thing with low-effort React videos would never die down, criticism of Hassan was continuously moving, now to his leasing of a new car. But not just any new car, a pricey luxury vehicle. This is what Dexerto reported.
La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
Hasan Piker is getting serious hate for buying a new car. The Twitch streamer has picked up a $200,000 Porsche, and people in the replies were quick to point out how this conflicts with his socialist views. But what do you think?
This reinvigorated the drama around the purchase of his house a year ago. Except many like Dexerto were incorrect in reporting on the story. This car was not purchased, it was leased.
And I'm not going to buy it cash.
Okay, so
you're gonna lease a custom spec car?
Okay, here's the deal. So when you're talking about leases, right?
Right?
Yeah, like a Pokemon card.
Because it's not. It's electric. I would have. That's the only reason why I'm not buying it.
Are you getting rid of the Taycan? Yeah, it's a lease.
It does not help that Hassan confusingly referred to it in the past as buying the vehicle, and he states he made the decision to get the car for himself, for his viewers.
Bro, this is why I
remember that one.
This is why I was like, I might not even buy this car in the end if it's like, you know, too much
I watched you once. What part of the car is the headlight?
of a hassle. But like I literally do this for that. Dude, that's the reason why I do this.
150K content?
Yeah, he spent 150 grand on a car so Austin Ox can make a 30-second video.
No, literally, yeah, so we can all have fun.
That's how good he has it, baby.
So, no, I mean, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, so my community can have fun. Like,
There's also the fact that Hasan streams so much, he wouldn't even be able to get utilization from the vehicle.
That's the worst part. Wait till they find out I'm probably never gonna fucking drive it. You know what I mean?
I'm not having fun.
That is probably gonna piss motherfuckers off even more.
Controversies like these are relatively inconsequential, at least compared to his assessment that Russia would not invade Ukraine by undermining US reports that it was coming. And when it finally did come, so did all the flack.
I wonder who told him that. What got it in his mind that that wasn't going to happen?
Caused by his overconfidence.
And I do get things wrong. Like the greatest example of this is the invasion of Ukraine. I was incredibly confident that Russia would not invade Ukraine because of all of the reasons why that invasion is.
You know what? Xander Hall got a lot of credit for getting it right. You know why he got it right? Because he just simply fucking read some general statement. Like, I don't think he reads anything.
Going south right now. I demonstrated a level of confidence that I should not have.
Just this rule, Russia great, US bad. Bingo. There you go.
You deviate away from that and you get something wrong, people that...
He was Russia great even after 2016 when they supposedly fixed the election? Really? I think he might be right.
Want to be right will never let you forget that and will constantly harp on it.
Hasan makes the point that people will judge someone based on their previous poor reporting. But this is also an encouragement to not get stories wrong and to not be overconfident when there's still not the entire picture, or when sources, even from those not preferred, do make fair arguments with the
Willie Mack's got an entire section
they have uncovered. But that's okay because according to Hasan, he was immune to criticism now.
The criticism that was thrown in my face has been consistent throughout my career. I'm an idiot, I'm a dumb bimbo, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Himbo.
I've gotten numb to the criticism, like it's not.
I'm sure you have.
I seek it out now because I make content out of it.
Yeah.
Hasan is B. I like Hasan a lot. He doesn't play a lot of games, so it cuts his versatility a little bit.
Quote, XQC probably ranked me a B-list streamer because I won't fucking have him on when a trendy political thing is happening, where he has to act like he cares to farm the last ounce of the Twitch directory before he goes back to promoting crypto gambling to teens for multiple millions. Unquote. Hasan was not very pleased with how XQC had rated him. XQC was confused at Hasan's outrage, but then reanalyzed his previous rating and made a discovery.
Bruh, he was lower last year.
Parasocial relationships on the street.
My brother.
Oh, that's so funny. Like he went and looked into it and realized he had less than the year before. That's fucking funny.
He was lower last year.
Oh, wait a minute. He's lower in the tier list last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Why was he complaining about that?
Yeah, because he's an egomaniac. Okay.
Got a big
but Destiny was under him.
Wish me luck.
It's not even the fucking B tier thing. That's
as much as I hate him, he do be kind of hot, Bungus.
It's just the straw that broke the camel's back, because like it's irrelevant. Like I've fucking tier listed people all the time. I've done it before.
As per an immature upload of Hasan on Discord, quote, I'm sorry you got like a 70 million stake deal and no one could actually call you out on it. I fucking hate his fanbase too now. I unironically hate him a little now, NGL. LMAO, I saw XQC's tier list and all I can say is Mizkif makes better content. Unquote. It does seem like Hasan at least cares a little, but at minimum, he does not dislike XQC like he dislikes Destiny, for example, or even Sam Hyde for that matter. It just so happens that the latter two talked on stream.
Yeah, I have to fight Hasan Piker. You know who that is?
That's my arch nemesis. You have no idea.
Okay.
I created Hasan 2 years ago on Twitch, but yeah.
All jokes aside, I know that you guys are not going to take me seriously when I say this stuff because it's like better to fuel drama or whatever. But when I joined Twitch for the first time, I had a very specific goal in mind. And that goal has come to fruition largely because of Destiny, because of the help that he's given me. And also on top of Destiny, helping me personally, Destiny himself already doing exactly what I wanted to do.
You created him, I have to kill him.
There were at least two major updates on Sam Hyde's callout. One is that Hasan, through private contacts, made it clear he does not want to platform Sam Hyde, And 2 is that the amount of money went from 1 million to 2.5 million. And after Sam Hyde's most recent victory in the ring as his Irish Candyman persona, he made a call out that was impossible for Hasan to ignore.
You got anyone you want to call out in the heavyweight division? Oh, you know it, lad. You know that, Hassan Piker. I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house. Or in the ring? No, in real life. I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him and wear his makeup.
No, don't fucking hide. If you're a sub, you're not getting unbanned for that. I'm just letting you know. Look, dude, if you see a mentally ill Nazi, okay, on the internet, be like, I'm gonna kill Hassan.
Don't beat his ass, you fucking pussy.
On Piker, okay, I'm gonna come to his house and murder him. And you go, oh, this is.
Be mad at him. This is like the same tactic used against Destiny in the doxing. Be mad at him. This is called swinging your audience.
Some information that he should probably watch. Like he should watch and address this. Okay, then honestly, just don't post.
The fight would not come, but the reminders would not stop.
I have another question. I think Sam Hyde, he called you out on like a boxing event. Are you
No,
interested
he got this guy's face and everything, I think. Is this the one?
in like the boxing scene or
No, I don't know why you guys are so into this shit. He's a Nazi. Like, I don't know. What are you filming?
What's happening right now?
It's so whack, bro. Like, I don't understand why all you motherfuckers have to like run around with this shit.
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. You fucking asshole. Yeah, what do you mean, damn, bro? What the fuck do you mean, damn? What do you mean, damn? What the fuck do you mean, damn? Why do you do this shit?
I'm asking questions. I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think that guy didn't have that Mario outfit on. He whipped Hassan's ass.
Pussy. Some of the top comments on this video read, quote,
The guy called a pussy because he asked him fucking why he wouldn't fight Sam Hyde. And the conversation ends with calling that guy a pussy. That's interesting.
He wants to fight a random guy over a question, but won't fight Sam Hyde. Yeah. He's so tough when it's a smaller guy talking to.
Hassan's Porsche donated $5. Hassan would say punch a Nazi but wouldn't fight Sam Hyde, who he thinks is a Nazi? Color me surprised.
Him. Lol.
Thank you, Helga.
Dude is throwing a full-blown tantrum over being asked a simple question. Unquote. While Hassan has stated his want to not platform Sam Hyde, his overt aggression over what appears to be a genuine question from someone who is unaware of Hassan's stances was not an excellent look.
Oh, look, baby. Sounds acting like tough, yeah.
But even using a different strategy, such as silence, would hardly work in Hassan's favor, as was shown in the next public encounter.
This is fantabulous. This kid is such a comedic genius.
How you guys doing? We love landlords. We're all against unions. We're here to protest against the landlords and the unions. Can we do like a quick shake on the hand? We love landlords. Look. We love landlords. We love them a lot. We're all against unions. They're not.
I mean, they give us apartments, landlords. We have to love them.
Fair to the corporate companies. This is a crazy protest.
By the way, my fucking landlord's trying to rip us off, you know.
A troll that has done something similar at events such as the Game Awards, and now
there's a guy, he does an interview show now, this kid, and there's a guy who sleeps on the floor the whole fucking time he's interviewing people. It's so good.
With Hassan
oh,
and
he's so funny.
Writer's strike.
Anyway, as I was
landlords,
saying,
we love them a lot.
We're waiting for.
We're waiting for the landlords to come.
Oh, there you are. Thank you.
Oh, he's ignoring. He should have just fucking talked to him and laughed with him. That's the only thing. Just laugh. Have a laugh.
Connected. This little fucking fetus, bro. I swear to God. So sick.
This is who Hassan was in 2023. A critter that can be quick to anger, but it is also that passion behind him that some seek. Yet he knows well enough, at least for the most part, when to be calm. Like his conversation with Andrew Tate, where the passive insults had Tate so uncomfortable and unable to retort that he had him removed from the show. But then again, moments like these are less serious. Even though the influence of the people he interacts with is considerable, all those interactions mean nothing in a grander scale. A grander scale like the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
There we go.
This is a far different beast. One that even saying it is highly contentious does not do justice to how sensitive it is. One that Ethan and
Willie Mack will call it a night.
Hassan were foolish to think things could remain cordial while discussing the heaviest of subjects.
Do want to say, make something very clear at the top of the show here, is that I've seen a lot of people expecting us to come froth and argue, and our friendship is going to end and the show is going to end or something like that.
That's what I said.
And I'm sorry to disappoint you guys.
I wasn't disappointed. I knew what happened. I knew he was crazy, and I knew you were ignorant. And it happened.
But that's definitely not what we're planning on doing here. It's not going to happen.
The following stream was only 11 days later.
Something that I need to discuss with Hassan, but I do feel like I'm probably going to pause leftover.
If everybody remembers my first word when I heard it, that's why would you want to do with a podcast with somebody who would love to see you dead? Go look at the communist treatment of Jews in the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe in general. They didn't put them in camps for being Jews, like the Nazis did, but the treatment wasn't much better, you know, being the merchant class. Oh, on top of that, all that Muslim hate he probably grew up with, a Jew hate that he grew up in Turkey. Like, if this is a surprise to you, run into a wall.
Overs for the time being.
Ethan infrequently delves into political conversation as his mainstay content is on internet drama. Hassan, on the other hand, mainly covers politics, and as such, he was day in and day out covering developments in the conflict.
The way that he
covered... Not in my experience, they're low on the end of Jew haters, Turks. I gotta be honest with you. They're high as far as white people are concerned, but low on Middle Eastern. But they're not really Middle Eastern. They're high on European scale, low on Middle Eastern. Depends on what you consider Turkey.
Covers this that I think is fucked up. And I understand that him and a lot of people are upset about what's...
In my experience, in my generalization. Yeah, can't prove it.
...happening, because it is horrible. But at the same time...
But I encourage you to look into where Hamas was firing. You fucking shit! You garbage, monstrous scumbag! You garbage, monstrous scumbag! You said IDF didn't bomb the hospital, and then you said it did, but Hamas was firing rockets from it in the same 2-minute time frame. So why did you fucking lie at first? Huh? Why did you fucking lie? How can you live with yourself?
By the way, for the record, the IDF did not bomb that fucking hospital.
You genocidal piece of shit!
So,
How? Why did you do that?
This is the kind of thing that happens when people rush to cover breaking news and do not carefully weigh in not just the facts, but the lack of them. And it was not
I think
just...
when there's school shooters and everybody's trying to figure out if they're like liberals or conservatives, that's my personal favorite. The argument. I've seen Vito getting those arguments. All right, could be this. All right.
Something Hassan...
He's my political enemy. No, he's my political enemy.
...was guilty of, as even major publications were incorrectly reporting on information to get the story out first. As such, Hassan walked this back and went on Piers Morgan to discuss this.
But it's interesting that you call me a propagandist, because I want to play you. This was your reaction to when the hospital got
I'm
bombed.
a propagandist.
Well, no,
For the record.
I'm
a propagandist for a record. For who? Most propagandists work for somebody.
I'm not calling
I'm a
you that.
propagandist.
I'm just saying.
He doesn't know what it means, Piers.
I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then I want to
I'm
play.
saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you
put
even play it.
Okay.
Perhaps the point Hassan was trying to make was that all publications, as people do...
Yeah, he's like, look, he could have said, exactly, he could have said, you know, I have a bias. I'm not a neutral, I'm a pundit. You know, I'm not a neutral arbiter of the news. But he said he's a propagandist. Propagandists are willing to lie. You know, it's just a matter, it's just getting the information out. The word propaganda itself's got a bad connotation. You know why?
Why?
I think it was World War II they started using it in a negative way. But I think the exact translation is just the spreading information. It's a very neutral term, but not anymore. Words change, you know.
Have an inherent bias. Even machine learning has a bias dependent on the information it is fed. But conversely, Hassan has an over 10-year career in politics. He has a degree in political science and knows the
From Rutgers. Let's be real here.
difference between bias and propaganda. Bias is inherent and can be at times difficult to
You get a fucking doctorate over there. He just went to Rutgers. Like 90% of the guys I knew graduated college went over there.
perceive. Propaganda by design distorts the truth to promote a position. It actively undermines conversation and can make sensitive issues worse. Propaganda more easily exists in political spaces as a reinforcement of bias. What happens when you try to use propagandist tactics to undermine and or defeat someone you know nothing about? This exact thing happened when Hassan debated Willie Mack. If there has to be a singular piece of evidence that contains all that makes Hassan unlikable, controversial, poisonous to himself and those around him, it would be this just over hour-long debate.
On that note, here is the Willie Mack Show. What's up, Willie Mack Show?
Hey, what's up, Hassan?
So I am not very familiar with what you do, but I believe you've done a couple videos about how dog shit I am, I think, right? You want to turn on your camera, by the way?
Willie Mack has been covering Hassan for about a year at this point. He covered him partially as a minor point to the grander Twitch React controversy, but later made him the focus of other videos that also exposes Hassan's propaganda.
Yeah, they made him. I found out he voted Democrat because he started hanging around Destiny. I think all those smearing Willie Mack as a Destiny sweeper is completely legitimate now in this show. He started hanging around those guys. They ruined him. They ruined the nice boy from the Chicago suburbs.
Nature.
If you can't already tell, Hassan likes to take some polarizing stances on things, where he will talk about his opinion as if it is...
The thing about Willie Mack that makes him so dangerous to them, right, is he's like, I know him personally. He's not politically driven at all. I mean, and Nick isn't that much, more so than Willie, but I'm out of all of them, maybe, and I think Augie's changed his stance on a lot of things, mostly because he grew up and he was a stupid kid when he said a lot of the stuff that he did.
Yeah.
And he does. That's the thing. He really doesn't come out of play. He attacks him from a non-political standpoint. It's like, you got the story wrong, you got it right, and that's what is such a pain in the ass, because it's impossible to shoehorn him into you're just a right winger, right? And he was going after right-wing grifters the other day. Speaking of right-wing grifters, this is so funny. I probably never made more criticisms of the right and right-wing and right-wing and I'm right-wing. I freely admit it. I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm not one of those guys that, I'm really a liberal, like Sargon of Akkad did for years. But if you look at this,
just let me.
It's so funny. It's so funny. So I did the thing on Willie Mack. Where are the fucking comments? How does that work? I hate how everything works now. Oh no, it's the other video. It's actually the video, not the stream. Check this out. This is so funny. Yeah, I'm gonna humiliate this guy because fuck him. Because fuck him. Because Willie Mack is one of the few YouTubers that go after the left and the right. True. Even Tommy would never attack the right. He's just biased. I attack the right more in this video than any other video I think I've ever done. That's the one time I get that post. Willie Mack Show. This man watched a video of Tommy attacking the right and still decided to post his comment. Thanks, Willie.
Is the only acceptable take. This gets him into some sticky situations.
The reason why I'm saying a lot of the information that's coming out of the State Department is wrong or outright false is because what I'm showing you right now is literally fucking people talking about like bombing Kiev, okay? Their take was Ukraine is going to be invaded. Kiev is going to be invaded by Russia. That is insane. That's psychotic.
So in his apology video for his arrogant and baseless predictions on Ukraine, Hassan makes more arrogant and baseless predictions on Ukraine. Only Hassan, dude.
That was a section highlighting not just Hassan's previous misinterpretation of the impending conflict in Ukraine, but also his poor handling of it afterwards. Willie Mack also goes into how Hassan is not entirely free with his copyright.
Fuck you, dude.
The amount of times that Tommy's pulled out the quartering, even though he's a grifter, he's 100% right wing, and so am I. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even called him out for being a grifter. Grift all you want. Grift. My favorite new YouTuber, Atreus or whatever his name is. Grift. Get your grip on. You know, I figured, like, I kind of criticize him for being a fucking SJW. You know, it's like, oh, look at these blue hairs, and he's always whining and pearl clutching and doing all the same shit that he bitches about, like blue-haired bimbos do. I mean, that's what my criticism for what's his face. And I made fun of him getting drunk and emotional, and he tried to swing his audience at me. And Nick made a video on him.
Don't make me DMCA your bitch asses. Motherfuckers are literally posting my YouTube videos from my fucking Twitch, stealing this shit because I allow them to, so they can make money off of it, just to make me look fucking bad or shit on me. What the fuck is this? Send me all the videos.
Nothing about what you said.
Okay, send me all the fucking videos of the Hasan Abi Clips Industrial Complex. Talking shit, and I will fucking destroy them. I will purge them.
Crazy how he's all for getting rid of copyright laws until it starts affecting him negatively.
In another video, Willie Mack covers how Hassan attempts to diminish his opponents by calling them things like racist, Nazi, or similar things when he knows very little or nothing about the person.
No, of course not. I have a policy of not really watching videos such as that one, specifically because it will frustrate me, and then I will have to respond.
I hate watching videos, and I hate watching videos and people say bad stuff about me. It sucks. I only do it when I'm going to make content out of it. Otherwise, I just don't do it. You just be honest with yourself, you fucking jerk off.
About a video you didn't even watch.
Yeah, I damn would watch a fucking video if I was pissed off about somebody making a video on me. If they call in, I'd watch that thing 6 times over. I would have had core and versed and then go over it and point something out. Like, I would have done the whole fucking thing. I'd have prepped and everything. I don't watch it. I'm above it.
Why? Yeah, of course. You made the video. I'm not like debating a random person about a video I didn't watch. You made the fucking video, so let's hear.
I know, but that kind of like that's the same thing to get you to say you're a propagandist on Piers Morgan, proudly saying you didn't watch a video you're going to debate over.
That kind of links up to like my big criticism with you, is that you don't actually put in the bare minimum effort to research anything before you jump to conclusions. That's why you tweet when you're like, "Hey, I want to debate Willie."
Do you really consider me watching a fucking dumbass YouTube video from a drama farming channel to be doing research? I don't need to do research.
We're going to debate the video. He's so funny. He's of average intelligence.
On a video,
you're going into a topic you don't know anything about.
Brother, just give me what you want to say.
Well, here it is. You go into, here's what the video's about. You don't watch. You go into topics. You go anything about, and you speak with absolute confidence.
Hey,
and it's like the irony is it's completely lost on him. It's so funny.
Just these 40 seconds, there is a
it's nice to be low IQ when you're good looking.
Tremendous amount to unload. To start, Hassan is antagonistic against Willie, a creator he knows nothing about beyond the fact that Willie made videos criticizing Hassan. Videos that's combined runtime is not even an hour in length. As a retort, Hassan states he doesn't watch those videos because they frustrate him. And that is a problem of its own, because Hassan...
Yeah, they suck. I hate when people say fucking horrible shit about me. It's horrible. It's terrible. Like, I've had videos made on me like I'm a bad parent, and also like straight bullshit. Backstabber. It sucks. But you're going to debate him, or otherwise ignore him. But the video's good, and that's why Willie's sitting right there, because the fans are putting on pressure on him to do it. That's exactly it.
Doesn't differentiate what video that is. Is any video that is critical of Hassan one that frustrates him? Perhaps he does this as a defense in this highly contentious political space he resides in.
Yeah,
but if he is inviting a guest,
Is that funny? Is that funny? I'm gonna go to a really rough space. I'm gonna go deal with like the worst people in politics. They're worse than like your average YouTuber, like 10 times worse. They're vicious. They want to destroy other people. It's like, and he's like completely. Like, you have to have a thick skin. You have to. There's no other way. Yeah. And if you don't, and I've seen this before, where you get a bunch of guys in politics or even on YouTube or commentary, and they get a string of fucking W's. Right, for like years on it, and they take one L and melt the fuck down or crash out, as the kids say. I've seen it a million fucking times.
Bare minimum he could have done is watch the video. What's more, he's already trying to diminish Willie's work. He calls it a dumbass YouTube video and calls Willie Mack a drama farmer. When those two things
staring himself in the fucking computer, what a weirdo.
Things are irrelevant and unsubstantiated. They are ironically exactly what Willie is criticizing Hassan for, as he points out. When diminishing Willie does not work, Hassan then moves on to stating that Willie is here to explain what the video is about, and that should be good enough. But a very important aspect of a video like Willie's is to condense arguments and sources in a very succinct way. Enforcing Willie to summarize his videos without Hassan having watching them forces him to be in a worse position in trying to summarize them not only just from memory, but also without all the evidence present.
Why would I have to research a video about myself? Like, oh man, I can't believe I have to watch.
I have no doubt you didn't.
I have to watch a fucking dumbass talk shit for 25 minutes and.
See, I would totally have turned. Then why'd you have me on? You had me on because you're getting because people think the video's good and they think you're above answering it. Yeah, by the way, I say you're arrogant in the video too.
Jerk off like all the fucking talking points that I've heard about myself.
I say that I say in the video that you brush off all criticism as people just being haters rather than address it, so to avoid it. You know, like you're doing now.
Over and over again. Incredibly stupid. Give me the fucking takes and we'll talk about it.
Hassan, in that moment, both states he is aware of all the criticism of him and reduces that criticism to invalid criticism by labeling it talking shit. This is all horrifically arrogant. As the conversation progresses, Hassan, already demonstrating he does not care to do research, insults Willie for claiming he does not care about specifics.
This random nonsense.
Yeah, because you're a fucking scumlord drama farmer. Of course it doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Another thing
because
too,
the specific...
I've seen Willie and Nick get into it, get dirty, right? Like Nick's like me. He's got a hot head, so he starts calling names sometimes. It doesn't affect Willie at all. It doesn't bother him. He's just like so I have some fucking moron millionaire calling me an idiot. Who cares? I'm not, and he made him look ridiculous.
Specifics don't matter to you.
Hassan, a creator who primarily live streams and has over 10,000 hours doing so, will now attack Willie for a lack of experience and lack of preparation, even though Hassan invited Willie in a limited window to this impromptu debate.
Like, I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. You fucking brainlet. Give me what the fucking inconsistency was. You made the video. You made the video. Give me the inconsistency or what you consider to be false information. Are you having a hard time without a script or without people fucking feeding you clips that you can post?
Pretty good, bro. Nobody's cutting anything.
I'm not clips. Like what is the claim?
I gotta go pull it up in the video because you didn't.
You're gonna gaslight a guy to thinking he's fucking up the whole thing while the whole chat is like killing you. It's so funny.
For your own fucking, you didn't prepare where you were literally coming on here to talk about not Israel-Palestine, mind you, but about Ukraine, and you didn't even fucking prepare with talking points.
I'll talk to you about Israel-Palestine. That'll be the next point. It's you doing the same thing again. Well, dude, how do you?
Hassan, just 7 minutes in, swayed.
He's just hoping that's going over because he knows his audience is concerned with the amount of knowledge you have based on whatever conflict. But he's not coming at him like that. Well, he's not saying your takes are wrong. He's saying they're inaccurate. It's so funny.
Conversation to mainly target Willie.
You're entitled to your opinion. That's not for debate. It's that here's what you say, and it's blatantly untrue, and I can show it.
Here's proof. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's waiting for to make a statement like, well, your statement on Israel is wrong because and you're an anti-Semite, and it's like none of that. Like it's so funny. And the more he acts like it's just haterade, the more he makes himself look like a dummy. Like actually, I don't know what I'm talking about myself. I accuse people of not knowing what the fuck they're talking about and have no clue what I'm talking about. It's really amazing.
Through either superficial attacks or entirely unsubstantiated claims. But it only gets worse. Worse because Hassan is doing this with intent.
It's rather self-serving, even, where you're not really.
I like when he thinks he's being sophisticated when he's being honest, when he just reveals how dishonest he is. This is great.
Going into the nuances in many instances of what your worldview is, and you're simply playing a game of maybe even chess or checkers where
bad pay.
You have established what the interlocutor's talking points are. You know what they are, and you have your talking points. And the goal is to basically overpower your opponent.
Yeah, he just basically told you, I am a complete bad faith debater. But he's right in one sense, you could be completely dumb and use these tactics and get over 90% of the time. I mean, he's not wrong, but he's like, I'm gonna do this podcast. I'm gonna be like really, really honest, and he thinks like brilliant, but he has no idea what that honesty means. I'm repeating myself now.
Eric,
are you trying to link me your video? I'm not going to watch your video. Just say it with your mouth, with your words. Go ahead.
I have to watch my video to see what my receipt is because this is a year old. Right? I didn't know I didn't know where.
You don't even know your own video. You don't know the contents of your own fucking video.
I made it a year ago, bro.
You think you're doing a good job right now? Do you think you're doing a good job right now, defending your position?
Hasan is now attacking Willie for not remembering the entirety of a year-old video. This could have been avoided if Hasan wants a video, but then again, Hasan would not be able to force Willie to summarize the video and put him in a worse position recounting it. This is highly manipulative through Hasan's point, and may be typical in a political discussion when the admittance of lack of information is damning. But in this case, it only damages Hasan.
Willie, no show. Give me the second talking point. If you're not this fucking passionate about the subject, then you're basically admitting that you're a fucking bottom-feeding drama farmer.
The arguments that Hasan is making are absurd, yet he continues to press on until Willie realizes what is going on. Hasan, as is common in political
always takes Willie a minute or two.
debates, has tried to move the conversation not just on attacking Willie's character.
Yeah, that's another thing Willie does that I cannot fucking stand. He gives people the benefit of the doubt. He's like, oh, this guy's not being totally dishonest. He's just being a little stupid. You know? I hate people that do that. No, it's deliberate, you dummy.
But also into politics, possibly to
I'm having conversations. I don't think he would do that. He would. He did.
Distract from criticisms about him. To add to this, while the
he learned it from me. Oh yeah, sure.
Conversation does involve politics, they are solely about Hasan's reporting of them, and not his personal stances.
Do you have any genuine opinion?
Don't trust anybody, Verse. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my opinion
Russia's
is that was
involvement
bad.
in the Ukraine.
My opinion on that is that you shouldn't be talking about shit.
Brother,
you know
hold up.
about.
We're having a conversation about Ukraine and Russia. We're having a conversation about Ukraine.
You want to laugh your ass off? Yeah, you're like, I gave somebody the benefit of the doubt, legitimate, and you're talking about Kel Verse. I know, and I stand by it. I'm saying that just to piss you off.
Russia, and I'm asking you a specific question.
Begging me, don't protect Kel, which I won't. She's ridiculous. She's a ridiculous person that keeps on getting herself in trouble. But I'm not going to sit there and fucking say that anything I said in the past is wrong. That's what Verse wants me to do.
I'm asking you a specific question.
There you go. I didn't give you the benefit of the doubt.
My conversation's about you because my videos are about you and your pattern of behavior and your poor reporting. And now you're trying to shift it all these other ways because you know you can't face the truth.
Russia had not bombed Kiev at the time.
With Hasan now back as a topic of conversation, Hasan continues to find ways to get the conversation back on coverage of conflicts.
Do you have any genuine interest or any curiosity in like Russia and Ukraine at all, or is all you do fucking drama farming off of clips? Because over the course of this entire conflict, I've dedicated
Does he think Willie's a streamer? I think he does.
Or hundreds of hours into my coverage, and the analysis in and of itself comes from a solid foundation. Now, the predictions might be wrong, and it certainly was, which is something that I took accountability for, even though you said I had not.
Hasan tries to inflate his status by stating he has hundreds of hours on stream looking into conflicts. Yet also as important, but not mentioned, is that these are done through the lens of an admitted propagandist, and has demonstrated all its...
No, he didn't admit being a propagandist. He had no idea what he was saying. I cannot let you do that to him, JOON. He had not a fucking clue.
Poor qualities, just...
What that meant, that it kills his own credibility. Why would he say something, JOON? Why would he say something that would completely destroy anything that he would say going forward? He would never, ever fucking do that. He had no idea what that meant. JOON, this is a terrible video.
14 minutes into the debate. At this point...
Yes, there's a majority of the coverage he thinks exactly. He's dumb as a brick.
Willie is getting frustrated at Hasan's deflections.
Neoliberal commentators and whatsoever. Neoliberal commentators is the same fucking 5
clips that you are going to present
you think
here and
Destiny's
tone
secretly
police on
behind
it.
this? Is this what
and-
you're crying about right now? Is this why you keep saying that?
Does it sound like I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
crying
it
to
does.
you?
You just said, yeah, it does. You're talking about stuff that doesn't matter.
Brother,
and you're trying to
you-
shift
you
the
said-
goalposts
you
away
said-
from the criticism, which is your poor reporting. You bring me on to debate, you let me pick the debate topic, and now you won't engage.
Hassan then drops the bombshell that this is as good faith as he can possibly be.
I am trying to engage with you. I am trying to engage with you.
But I can't. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Trying to engage with you. I'm trying to engage with you in good faith as best as I possibly can.
The conversation finally stays on the misreporting of the hospital.
To this day, we still do not know whether this was an Islamic Jihad rocket that was misfired or whether or not this was actually
it's an
an
investigation,
artillery shell that might have hit a fuel tank or even some other kind of munition that Israel
So
may
why
have
did
deployed.
you say it was
now, the
100%
reason why
Israel and then call everyone genocidal freaks that disagreed with you?
You don't actually watch the content beyond
demonize them.
Because first of all, because they
Just
are.
like you do every time,
Because the
by the
Israeli
way. You
government
do
is
this all the
genocidal. What the
time.
fuck are you
This is
talking
your-
about, you dumb
this is your
fuck?
fucking thing.
4,500 children have been ruthlessly
Oh, now
slaughtered. You
shift
think
the
that's not
topic again.
genocidal?
Yeah, shift the topic again
Oh,
to
the
something
one
I didn't
hospital
even
might.
say.
Wait, Willie, shut the fuck up and listen, dumbass.
Hassan claims to
Thinks
have
he got
invited
him.
Willie on because he believed the conversation would be about politics.
I invited you on.
Exactly. Thank you, June. Thank you, June. He thought it was going to be about politics. And I can testify personally, I've known this guy for 7 or 8 years now. He does not give a shit. The most I've ever seen this guy talk about politics is apparently Destiny had him, Destiny got him, he was talking about, I guess, Trump putting those FACO electorates in. And that really bothered Willie. It bothered him. He thought it was very un-American. And yeah, you can make it. I'm not going to get in the ins and outs of it, whether it is or not. That's irrelevant. I'm gonna pull a Willie here, and it really bothered him, and it probably influenced his vote pretty dramatically. That's the most political I've ever seen. The most.
I invited you on because I thought that you genuinely had a perspective that was at odds with mine on Israel-Palestine. You
Yeah, my
said,
perspective-
never mind,
hold on,
it's
I'll
not
give
what
my
we're going to
pal-
talk about.
can I
We're
give
going to
my
talk about
perspective
my
on
videos that I've
Israel-Palestine?
made on you. So
Can I give
now
my perspective
we're
on
stuck
Israel-Palestine?
having this fucking stupid conversation.
Hassan was able to extract at least the smallest of opinions that Willie has on the matter.
Okay, do you think what Israel is engaging in is ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement in Gaza right
Yeah.
now? You do?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, do you think
Does he
defending
really?
this ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement campaign would be defending...
So it really actually believes they're trying to wipe out an entire race over there? Or does he know what the fuck that means? Was Dresden?
Probably just shut the fuck up, Jesus Christ. Just stop asking me this question. Fine, fuck off.
What's the
It could
matter?
have been something like that. Maybe Willie will call in. Well, no. So I was just thinking that he was maybe saying something like that.
No, he said yes. Does he even know?
Oh yeah, no, he said that, but he
yeah.
seemed exasperated.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're trying to wipe the people off the face of the earth. 5,000 children got killed. How many fucking children got killed in London? How many children got killed in Lebanon? I don't think it said it was genocide. We're trying to wipe an entire people, or maybe just a town. You just don't want any people in the town breathing anymore. It just seems so ridiculous to me.
genocidal acts then in your own...
I don't think Willie would agree for that for fun either. I don't know him like that. I disagree with you, Jeannie. I can see how you come to that conclusion, but I know him too well.
I was saying it was for fun as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
No.
it
You're
was for fun.
challenging. I'm not saying
Well,
you're
yeah,
entitled, but
reverse is saying it's...
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, but I'm
Willie
not-
would
that's
say
not-
that. You really think that's genocide? Look, he's entitled to his fucking opinion. I fucking love Willie to death, but I do think that's ridiculous.
An assessment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we agree. All right, got it. Thank you.
I know the criticism is your reporting. It's not that, bro.
Yeah, got it. You care more about you care more about the
doing a
truth
good
in
job because
journalism.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, got it. I'm glad we agree on it at least. I'm glad we agree on it. I'm glad we agree on it. Okay.
He is
Conversation then
unbelievable.
lands
That was
on
the
how-
best way for Willie.
How Hassan's words may affect his audience, particularly how Ethan of H3H3 has been receiving harassment.
The question I asked you was, do you feel like your audience acts that way towards Ethan because you act like that towards everybody else? And you just go on about moderation.
Okay, if my audience is acting that way towards Ethan, okay,
But
you feel like it's
my
because you play a
audience,
role
they're getting their points from me. They're getting their anger from me. So
Yes.
why don't they hear me out when I talk about how Ethan is not someone?
Exactly what you said. It's like it's higher ethnicity people. No, it could be going on because it'd be much more effective ways to do that, like carpet bombing. I wouldn't go with a nuclear weapon because that could blow over there.
That's what I.
Yeah, you'd
so
have to
worded
be.
it for what I.
Oh, well, it makes no sense that he would let Hassan trap him.
No, it makes sense. So he wouldn't let Hassan.
Well, yeah, that's dishonest on Willie's part, though. If he really believes that, and I don't know him like that, so I don't think so. Willie would not. Yeah, you're saying he agreed with him to get him back on topic or something like that?
Well, yes, because that's because Hassan's like trying to say like the only reason I'm having you on here is to invite this. They're like, okay, fine, there's that done. Let's fucking move on.
I don't think you could do that though. I don't think. I think that's a point against Willie. You got to say what you really mean. I think he's in a situation like that. You got to say, one way or another. But I mean, it's a trap question. So maybe he did. Maybe he's like, you know what, this guy's been completely dishonest with me, so I'm just gonna be completely dishonest with him. I don't know. So
It's speculation.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's all we're doing. Speculation. I don't see Willie. See, like in fairness, Genie, we know him. Like first knows him reasonably well.
no,
I've never seen that guy like. When he says something, means it. And by the way, when he takes something back, he means it as well. So yeah, I think he is. You know what? I think he has gone a little lefty. Come to think of it, and that I think he does because like I know Destiny had a effect on him on January 6th, and I think he voted for Trump the first time around. So maybe he's moving to the left a little bit.
That you should be yelling at all.
Having a different position has to be genocide.
And then, like I say, Destiny like moved him to the left. It's not because like he was forced or tricked or anything. I think he just agreed with some of those ideas. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, got it. So like they don't listen. So they don't listen to one thing. They listen to whatever favors your perspective in this matter, but they don't listen to the other thing when it doesn't favor you. Got it.
The debate ends shortly then after, with the participants dissatisfied at the lack of a conclusion. But Willie does bring up a fair point, and so does Hassan, in that audiences will perceptibly be more responsive to anger than to understanding. This is because those that listen to Hassan in that Ethan should be left alone are imperceivable due to their inaction. Conversely, those that go on to attack creators can be quite loud, even if they are the smallest segments of a large audience. A good example of this can be found on the YouTube drama.
Yeah, I wonder who that method is too.
Subreddit, where there exists a post titled, quote, Willie Mack Show drops his latest piece on Hassan. It's just him crying over Hassan being pro-Palestine. That's literally just it. And of course, with that fucking art of him in the thumbnail. Unquote. This post and its contents are shocking in how they are misinformative, damaging, and revealing. The post in question is about an additional Hassan video Willie released in May of 2024, recapping Hassan's controversies that took place after their debate late 2023. The first point Willie focuses on is this.
Hassan streaming other people's videos all the time, it's hard work. He's really exhausted by it. He claimed that streaming was more soul-sucking and draining on his social battery than a normal job.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome, a real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you, you know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
There is more context to this clip in that Hassan was comparing his previous job to his current one.
I think 9 hours of streaming is stupid personally, but...
And a more generous opinion is that he misspoke when he said soul-sucking. Perhaps he meant draining in a different way despite its benefits. This is similar to what Ludwig, a friend of Hassan, explained after he prodded Hassan for his opinion.
So Ludwig shows all the context and he still disagrees, making a lighthearted joke about Hassan, and Hassan feels devastated.
But I wanted to talk about this, as a streamer myself for almost 6 years now, on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I would, look, I just...
Oh God. It just annoys me because like, it's such a fake fucking thing to do. It's just literally using someone who you're friends with, like being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. I know how privileged I am. It's like, yeah, I do too.
You should call Hassan and apologize. Why is Hassan mad? What did I do?
Oh no.
You know what? He's not, I'm going to stick up for Hassan on that one. He's not 100% fucking wrong there. I don't think so at all. Ludwig is a total fucking phony. To the bone. He's another good-looking dummy. Jump on everything. This is what people want to hear. I'll say it today, and that's what fucking happened there.
What'd I do? Because I'm a mogul male?
Said call Hassan, he's crying unironically.
Oh, well, I mean, shit, if that's the deal, I'll just fucking pull him out of the thumb.
It can be draining, but God, nobody wants to fucking hear that shit when you're working a tough job. Why doing a job like this? Yeah, it can be draining, sure. Then fucking make time in management. Maybe make a little less money that month. You know? Maybe don't, put yourself in a bill situation where you got to stream that long. Because you're willing to stream that long because you're fucking desperate for cash. You're probably willing to do some pretty fucked up shit to keep going, too. It's one thing I've seen with guys like losing a little popularity and stuff. Just live off what you're getting. Don't live outside it. It's so easy.
No, then I feel like it doesn't really.
But when you're competitive and you want to be the best and the top of then you start spending like the money's always going to be coming in like that. It's a fucking nightmare. They're worse than athletes. Athletes retire.
Matter much, right? I feel like outside the thumbnail, you can't really make that argument much.
But this wouldn't be enough.
You're making like $20 million a year, and you're like a 29-year-old athlete, right? And you've made consistently from 5 to 10 and all the way up. Now we're pushing the 30s to get in the 20s, and you've been spending like that the whole motherfucking time. Now you're 35, and it's over. You can't spend like that anymore, and now you're broke because you did anyway. It's the same type of thing from these guys.
So Ludwig would take down the video and re-record the whole thing, siding with Hassan the whole time.
The potential mistake that Ludwig made was taking down his video because Hassan is
a pussy.
Extremely divisive. Hassan's friends walk a very thin line because even a retweet from Hassan will displease some.
I made a tweet with 60,000 likes, 3,000 views. I gained 1 follower.
Happy partner anniversary.
And then after I tweeted this, Hassan replied to me, and then I lost like 200 followers because Hassan replied to me.
But for being like in his general
yeah.
As for Ludwig, he claims he took down his video because it underperformed, which is important because it had an attached sponsor. This is something that Willie fails to mention, as he attributes the takedown of the video, like many others, to him trying to appease Hassan.
And I don't frankly give a shit, but I did get a little pissed off about it. Because I felt like no one actually gave a shit about what I was saying. I was just being...
You never give a shit about what you're saying. Because whatever you say, you're trying to please a demographic. I don't think you have any opinions of yourself. Everything is based on content brain stupid shit and trying to sound smarter than you are. God. Because it's so hard just to be a streamer. Like, all these people have this fucking existential crisis because, wait a minute, I'm just a know-nothing streamer that got exceptionally lucky for one reason, a video game, or I'm good looking. And they just can't deal with the fact that that's true. They got to be something more. And the easiest way to do that is through politics. Oh, it's so,
used in a proxy war for people who don't like Hassan.
Some of the top comments on Ludwig's video read, quote, spineless.
Yes.
Ludwig, I love you, but you gotta have a backbone, man.
I'm a content creator. I don't have a backbone. I gotta make everybody fucking happy, you dumb motherfucker.
Ludwig, spineless behavior, unquote. The next part of Willie's video is about Hassan's moderation when it comes to Ethan.
But when Ethan was begging Hassan to moderate his chat from calling him pro-genocide every 30 seconds, Hassan's like, it's out of my hands. You did it to yourself.
By the way, I'm not even defending I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, who the fuck is this child, cold, arrogant, kind as fuck.
I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
How can you be surprised when your Discord is literally
pussy convention,
literally full of
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right? Like, at a certain point, you're an adult, and the words that you're saying are going to be perceived by people in a certain way.
The next section is dedicated to one of Hassan's recent appearances on Piers Morgan, where he struggles to answer a question.
I don't know what Hassan just said there isn't 100% correct. Like, regardless of whether he's wrong or not. It's just that I could see him pissing and moaning on moderation if somebody was ganging up on him. He's being a total hypocrite.
Relation to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Then Willie moves on to Hassan's poor reporting in the sense that either through intention or mistake, Hassan leaves out valuable information or fails to cite sources for important claims. In the next section, Willie delves into one of Hassan's most controversial moments and most certainly most controversial interview. Willie does not go too in-depth in this video because he already made an entire video covering it.
A Houthi terrorist ended up going viral on TikTok after posting a video of them capturing a cargo ship.
I can't wait till he gets smoked. I'm going to be honest with you. I cannot wait. And he's a soldier. He signed up for it. I did. I could have got smoked too. I know people. I know people. Not my unit, thank God. Nobody personally. I know people got smoked. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful. Because he's going to fucking cry on Twitch and show what Jew haters they really are.
Yeah, people think he's hot, nicknaming him Timothy Charlemagne.
He's a good-looking guy. Yep.
The actor.
Dream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Of course I'm about to have a...
He's got to get smoked. He's a fucking pirate. Pirates get smoked all the time.
I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. Dude, this is fire. This is exciting. I'm excited.
At one point, the guy straight up...
Kill babies. I ate them. I ate them too. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't even draw my weapon. It was fucking boring. The only thing I did was get mortared. It was pretty far away too, so that's it. There's my Iraq. 10 months. Wouldn't even do a full year.
Admits to taking people as hostages.
What does he think about...
Somebody called me a baby killer. It was like, yummy. I ate them too.
China. Does he know anything about China?
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him, yeah.
So what? That's so crazy. So they're just fucking chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
To be clear, we're talking about a man they took hostage.
We danced with our hostages. We danced with them. We had fun. Who believes that? Although, what's his face told me that at Dankula's house, that he got caught with some like spies and shit, like legitimate like military people, and they got the car battery, and he watched a Barbie movie. What was his name? Lord, whatever. He was really nice to Tommy. I can't remember. Lord Miles. Yeah, I always forget his name. Imagine watching a Barbie movie with a bunch of terrorists.
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No,
that's Stockholm Syndrome, jackass.
One Piece is an anime.
Luffy.
Luffy?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fun.
Who's he watching since he was a kid? Who? Hassan?
I don't think so.
Fire.
That's
he doesn't speak English.
That's so fire. Oh my God.
He then says him and his entire community support what the Houthi are doing, which is attacking commercial vessels.
Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hassan runs out of anime questions to ask this guy immediately.
As Willie points out, this is at the center of the criticism. Hassan tries to defend his interview under the guise that it is journalistic. Yet his support betrays that, and undermines the severity of what this person is doing by comparing him to Luffy, a cartoon character that Hassan both loves and has a very interesting opinion about.
First of all, Luffy is a terrorist. He is. What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about?
He's attacking commercial vessels. What else could you be? All right, a thief, a pirate.
That's what you do in Turkey.
Yeah.
That's for Islam.
This is crazy.
What do you mean? I'm just fucking chilling. We're just vibing.
This all goes back to why people dislike Hassan. This is not considering dislike for his political leanings, his origin, or his status, even though Hassan enjoys attributing all criticism to those reasons. People more and more dislike Hassan because of his mistakes. Not so much because of the mistake, as being live for 3,000 hours a year will produce many mistakes. It is an inability to acknowledge he made an error or why people see it as such. And this interview is a perfect example of that.
Perfect example of a dumb guy that wishes he was smart.
How you did it. Hassan would get so much pushback for this, he'd revert to the Hassan classic, imply that everyone's racist.
The problem is not that you interviewed him, it's how you interviewed him. Gave me chicken and waffles with the Nazi vibes. That's great. That's a great question, or that's a great point to raise here. Except, this person is not a Nazi in the United States of America. He's not a Nazi in Yemen either. You are suspecting him of being that because you're primed into assuming that this 19-year-old is straight up a you know, a Nazi. He's giving you Nazi vibes, I guess.
Yeah, bro, I wonder why.
I can't do anything to help you.
This kid's TikTok has him calling people a son of a Jew as an insult. He posted to Twitter, the meaning of Houthi is a title, and it is—
By the way, that's another thing I noticed too. And I was told this too by Sergeant El Gabab. He says that Middle Eastern people, it's like it's an insult. Like, shut up, you Jew. It's like the worst thing you'd be is a Jew. It's common for these guys to call each other. You call your friends Jews, you know, sometimes you call them like you would call them fuckface or something like that.
Is not something to fear. But for the Jews, they are very afraid of this title, and Hassan's community defends him.
Son of a Jew is a popular slang among Arabs. Jew and
I heard that too. I never heard
Arabic
son of a Jew, but calling each other Jews, yeah, I've seen it happen. Because I remember we had one Palestinian guy in our unit, right? And you know what they call Palestinians? Jews. It was like sort of like it was kind of like these guys are two Middle Eastern guys, kind of busting balls. But yeah, he did it. I was still like I remember I was like, oh yeah, Specialist Hassan needs such and such, and Sergeant El Gabab was like, tell that Jew I'll get to it when I want. I was like, okay. Like, do it all they do at the time.
Dialect means stingy. It is racist and very stereotypical, but it's a word that completely lost its meaning, and most people have been using it blindly for decades without connecting.
Yeah. You can do it easy, like you say, like I said, like saying fuckface. This is 100% correct, and what I understand. You know,
connecting it to the Jews.
Even several months in, with Hassan unable to swallow the criticism around the interview, was now framing him as Anne Frank.
I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him. Which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank.
This all ties back to Willie's video.
Hey, you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream. It's boycott.
Here's a reason not to be a liberal right here. Nobody ever does this to me, ever. I was talking about Jeannie with this today, or somebody today. Nobody will ever do this to you. If you're on their team, you will have this nagging bitch at your feet. Just don't be a liberal. It'll never happen.
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hassan. At least pretend.
I'm on Hassan's side in this. This chick's a nag.
Okay, I'll put it in. She's like, please, just pretend to care, Hassan. And he's like, sure, that's my whole grift.
Is Pepsi okay?
No.
No soda, Hassan. I didn't know it was like that.
I'm trying to stop it. And of course you did.
You hosted him in his home and I watched him on stream drink Coke Zero.
Yeah,
it's your house. You get to say no.
Hassan's annoyed here, but he created this.
Willie also covers a time Hassan laughed at a cop getting shot. But Willie does fail to provide the context that it was another cop trying to shoot a dog, but accidentally struck an officer.
I don't know if the context is important. Somebody got shot and he's laughing.
Who survived the wound. Finally, is the
I think it was kind of known that incident was a cop shooting each other.
Miss J-Dam clip, where Hassan assessed the type of explosive used solely on the noise and explosion it made. All of this and more was condensed in Willie's 52-minute-long video. It was not a video criticizing Hassan's politics, it was a video criticizing Hassan. This is why this Reddit post that got 531 upvotes is maliciously wrong. Not just in the title, but also clear by the comments that mostly focus on the thumbnail, as it is likely as far as the majority of commenters got with interacting with the video. And then there is this. Quote, I'm not the biggest Hassan fan either, but Willie Mack show is an dishonest opportunist who jumps on whatever drama he can find to quickly make some easy money.
Yeah,
His videos
it's the same old.
are sensationalist garbage.
Another guy won't address anything he says.
The things he quote-unquote reports on are grossly blown out of proportion, and sometimes he straight up gets the facts completely wrong. Unquote. This commenter fails to provide any evidence of such a thing and believes Hassan won the debate against Willie. And then there is another post talking about the conflict. Quote, so I don't really care if Willie Mack is mean to Hassan or says Hassan doesn't do research. I disagree, and I think it's stupid, but so what? Unquote. The commenter then states Willie is doing genocide denial for covering Hassan's poor coverage of the bombed hospital.
No, but that's 100% true. He wants everybody to get mowed down over there. That's why he told That's why he told Hassan that he thinks it's genocide, because that's what he wants.
This is interesting because, as a reminder, Willie has stated he believes what's happening is genocide.
Do you think what Israel is engaging in is ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement in Gaza? Right?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, yeah, and I hope it works out. That's what Willie was trying to say.
Okay, do you think defending this ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement campaign would be defending genocidal acts then, in your own assessment?
Yeah.
How can this make any sense? Willie has made great effort, time and time again, to make it clear that he is criticizing Hassan for his manipulative tactics and being a propagandist in the sense that he'll warp the truth or trounce on the character of someone to distract from their arguments. The answer is what this entire Reddit post is. A post alongside lying entirely about the video in the title has comments that are both unengaged with the video and comments desperately trying to defend Hassan through his politics alone. Quote, I think Hassan is kinda cringe, but any creator out there speaking up about Palestine deserves nothing but respect, IMO. Hassan and a few others are raising a lot of money for Palestinian children. More like silly wax show, frankly, IMO, IMHO, unquote. This is a highly dangerous viewpoint, but more accepted in politics. However, when someone is so controversial it spreads and destroys those disinterested in the chaos, the problems become too large to ignore. This builds a divide, a hatred of Hassan and a hatred of those that criticize Hassan for any reason, a hatred of anyone that is friends with Hassan regardless if they share his viewpoints or not. This horrific turmoil is what is behind the quote-unquote Twitch adpocalypse.
And you're gonna have to check that out yourself. It's a great video. I don't like watching all of them. We watched a big chunk of this one, right? Why don't you go to bed? I'll take care of everything. I know you want to go to bed.
Okay, dokie.
Get out of here.
Bye,
You could have checked out. You could have checked out.
I've kind of had almost been
Get some
checking
sleep.
out.
I'm tired too. I am going to bed. I'm exhausted.
Bye, guys.
All right, take care. Say goodbye to Jenny, everybody. Jeannie. Why do I still call her Jenny? That's beyond fucking me. Oh man, no goals hit today. I didn't announce. I probably should start announcing them, huh? 1/10. Political identities are stupid. No one wants actual conversations about their views. People just want to scream about how they are right and wrong and say they have an identity. Bungus, thanks so much. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's go to the other one. I think we got a few over 10 there for shizzle. I am that tired. I sacrifice because I'm having some kind of sleeping issue. So, because this is a soul-sucking job. It sucks the soul out of me. I'm a soul sucker. And, well, that's not here. 1 hour. Nothing over 10. But thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And then, of course, Patreons. I don't think Willie, would have said that unless he meant to. Never. I'll ask him about it. I'm not going to get into it I'm not going to argue with him. He's entitled to think that. I think it's ridiculous. But I don't care enough to argue with him. I don't care. I don't think it's genocide. I think it's a war action in a deeply populated urban area. Mavsy, Obag, Mexon, Abby Blackburn. And if you don't like it, you can stick it up your ass if you don't like my opinion. I don't fucking care. Make a video. Tommy thinks it's not a genocide. Yeah, you're right. Mexon, Abby Blackbird, B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Final Flash, Little Manly, Nesquik, Not Your Typical Mom, Panic Pung. Accuse me of murder or something. That'll get me to do it. Taylor D, Controversies, Got Trippy Savage, Winter Gaming, Jeannie, and Pickley. And thank you guys so much. I'm gonna, for some reason, I'm gonna leave the sucker up for a couple hours. But it will be what you call it? It will be in the. I have to make that thing go right to. It's not gonna be public, but I'll leave it up for a couple hours because I didn't leave the other one up correctly. So or I had to close the other one, and I don't want to do that 2 days in a row to you guys. Can I edit that? Ba 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 ba. I guess maybe not. Oh well. I can't do it the way I thought I could, but cancel.
So controversial, it spreads and
Whoops.
destroys those disinterested in
I'm destroyed. I think JOON's Jewish. How do you like that conspiracy theory? That's why he said all those mean things about Hassan. Twitch apocalypse. You know what? Tell me if you agree with me on this. I think Dan Clancy's more responsible to Twitch apocalypse than Hassan is. He never came down on shit. Not once. Never. What do you think of that? I'm going to destroy my bed and blankets here. Harass my wife. Are you awake? Oh, I thought you were asleep. She loves that. See you guys later. You have a wonderful and a great night and all that other good stuff. I appreciate you. Content nukes coming. I thought it'd be today. And more SFTP, potential love phones down the road. And I'll see you soon. Good night. I'm tired. Bye.